is up, guys? Good evening, good morning. What is it? Ooh, okay, let me play around with this light a little bit. Does that look okay? Okay. What is up, everybody? All right, let's see, who do we have here? Jacob's in the house, Ernest. Both Jacobs. Are you guys the same person? Come on now. Burke is here. What's up, Burke? Jeffrey? Ty, how you guys doing tonight? Yo, guys, this is our, like, I guess, little late night celebration. For those of you that weren't here earlier or didn't stay for the entire stream, we you know, crazily hit 200 subs. We started at just under 180 at the beginning of the stream, and then we hit 200. I need to update this really quickly. This little bot thing isn't very good. I will get to everyone's questions just a second, but I guess, you know, let's see. Sub goal, let's go 300. Let's go 300 by next week. See if we can do that. Lofty goal, right? I don't think I've done 100 in a week, so let's see what happens, right? Let me just double check here. We're currently at 203. So thank you all, you know, who are subbing. That has made that happen. Luke is in here as well. What's up? Welcome, Luke. Burke, I know, right? I was, you know, that was definitely, I was very happy for that. All right, let's update this really quickly. So today's 11:22. So let's say by 11:30, 2020. Let's see. Does that update? There we go. All right, so we're getting there, but hope everyone's doing well. And, you know, made a little bit too much, but here's a cheers to everybody. To those of you that are over 21, this is not Kool-Aid, but to those of you that are 13, because we did have a few younglings in our chat, this is Kool-Aid, I guess. But cheers to everyone. Yes, sir, Burke. Yes, sir. There we go. Love it. All right, let's see what we got here. So Jeffrey. Oh, hell yeah, Ty. What kind of scotch are you drinking? Oh yeah, Gatorade. To fuel our athletes for tomorrow, right? Our fantasy athletes. Red Gatorade. All right, let's see. So Jeffrey H. Yo, Daniel, I need your help, and hopefully we can help you here. Play Drake Burden or drop both him and Graham for Ebron. I know I'm basically playing Titan Roulette at this point. Oh, for sure. That's the issue right now, right? Jeffrey, I'm assuming that Taysom Hill isn't available anymore, right? So if he's not available, let me look at my rankings for this week. You know, someone like Logan Thomas, I actually don't mind. He's proving to really have a high, I wouldn't say a high floor, but like relatively so compared to everyone else on the waiver wire. He actually has an okay floor. You know, I'm starting to like Ebron more, but I'm still a little bit worried about just the number of mouths they have to feed. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but you know, there's also people with other upsides, right? Someone like a Gesicki, like a Logan Thomas. Dalton Schultz, I actually kind of like too. We could really see him being featured a lot with either Dalton or Gilbert at quarterback right now. You're right, it is like roulette. You know, Ebron has been doing well, so I think if you want to go for him, feel free to. I am worried that the Colts tight end is turning more into, you know, just like a committee essentially. And, you know, with that being said, before, the biggest reason for Burton was that he was getting the touchdowns, but the targets aren't there, so I can't recommend it as highly as I was before. All right, let's see. It says, don't worry, Jeffrey, we all play. It's exactly. Ari, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ty, approved by the legend, Ron Swanson. Yeah, for sure. The clutch Seahawks win. Yeah, right? Miles, welcome back. James, so let's talk about this a little bit, right? James Robinson versus Gibson. So here's sort of how I take it, okay? You're right. I think the matchup this week for James Robinson and Gibson really makes them makes them a lot closer than normal, right? Because in any other week, if we're playing the same guy, I would say James Robinson for sure. So here, let's look at this together. So with fantasy, let's look at Gibson. So Gibson has been playing pretty well recently, right? But the thing is, if they're up, if they're behind, they use McKissick more. If they're still in it or they're, up, they'll run a little bit more Gibson, because Gibson is he's that downhill running back, while McKissick is the passing back. The only thing with Gibson, if we look at it, is his carries haven't been great outside of the game when they were up against Dallas. Against the Giants, he had 6 carries. Against Detroit, he had 13 carries. Outside of that, if we look at his yardage really isn't good. Again, against Dallas, he had 128 yards, right? Otherwise, his next best yardage is 55 yards. He is involved a little bit in the passing game too, right? So that kind of compensates for it. But to me, he's a little bit touchdown dependent, because over the last 3 weeks, he scored, besides the Dallas game, he scored 20.5, 11, and then 7.5, right? So 7.5 isn't great. If we take away his touchdowns from the last 2 weeks, which we're just saying theoretically, he'd have scored 5 points and 8 points. So it's not that like he's touchdown dependent because he gets it, but I still really like James Robinson a little bit. But if you're set on Gibson, like, he's fine. It's just that the risk is if he doesn't get enough carries. Jacob over here says goes with Gibson. Yep, okay, that's completely fair. Here we go with the 49ers Seahawks again, huh? Brooks, welcome back. Ernest says 3 a.m. in the East Coast. I'm going to bed. I'm just gonna listen and not type in chat. Oh yeah, for sure. Ernest, hey, listen is more than fine, man. You can fall asleep to my smooth voice and the music, and if my voice gets annoying, I'll turn down my voice and turn up the music. But hey, I appreciate you coming in. It means a lot. Brooks says Hunter Henry, Ebron, Fant, Logan Thomas, or Goddard. 5 point. You got Goddard now. Let me look at these matchups really quickly. So we have Ebron against Jacksonville. I actually really like. I actually kind of lean Hunter Henry this week. I believe let me look him up really quickly. And you know what? If you guys like it, I will actually display the screen on the right side to show what I'm looking at as well. So we can all look at this together. Here we go. Okay. I'll scoot over a little bit here, right? So we look at Hunter Henry. So, obviously the Chargers are playing in Jets, which, very good for that matchup. Let's look at his stats really quickly. I think I have him actually a little high this week because the targets honestly have been there, right? This isn't bad for a tight end at all. You're kind of hovering around that 6-7 average receptions, or sorry, not receptions, but average targets. So I actually don't really mind Hunter Henry this week, man. Anuj, earlier this week you had 150 subscribers, now you have 200. Keep killing it. Thank you so much. I know, right? Tonight was this week has been really good for streaming, honestly. I appreciate everyone who's been coming through, but yeah, we've been having some really good streams and some really good participation. All right, Irie says Alex Smith or Aaron Rodgers. I feel like we have to go Aaron Rodgers here. It's the talent level, just the difference between the quality of quarterbacks here. You have to go Aaron Rodgers. I know exactly what you're thinking though, right? Rodgers does have a way harder matchup. There's concerns because he did flop against the Bucks, right? But it's more so if you bench Rodgers and he goes off, you're not gonna forgive yourself there. Break says, how does the status of wide receivers, QBs for the Jags impact J-Rob? Any different than usual? Lennon help and Chanel out? Chanel, I don't think so. You got DJ Chark there. You still got Keelan Cole. Honestly, Ludden has been kind of slinging it around a lot. I remember his first game. Let's see. Let's look at him. He hasn't been doing. I don't think that. So against Green Bay, it was a little bad, right? I don't remember. I don't think they had Jerry on actually, but like this week before, he was kind of slinging it. And if you look at it, even though like this game wasn't good, he's been passing it like 35 plus times a game, right? So it's not like they're just going to be able to stack the box. Chark is a great receiver, and you know, while they might focus on, you know, my guess is they maybe focus on the wide receivers a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? I think for you guys, I have to sort of make a decision on J-Rob. I'm still kind of sold on him. Like, I'm not expecting him to break out, right? But again, this guy has been doing really well all season. The trend upward, if we look at the carries here, is that like he's getting more and more carries, right? Before he started averaging like in the mid-teens, and now he's, you know, 20 plus. You know, you know, we had concerns with Indy and Miami here, so I think you guys have every right to be concerned about it. You know, to me, I just feel like the volume is there for him, right? Only thing is I could see Pittsburgh potentially getting up ahead early and not allowing, you know, I mean, let's look at this. Like, Zeke is obviously like a very different beast, right? But like, you guys remember what happened with the Cowboys game with the Steelers, right? Maybe that's just like extremity, but like he still rushed. I mean, he didn't get a lot, right? But I think the opportunities will be there for him to score. That's my take. But I definitely understand it if people don't feel comfortable starting James Robinson. All right, sorry, I gotta catch up a little bit here. I'm kind of taking it slow. Hey, I think you're right. Alex Smith has been throwing the ball a lot. He threw 55 times last week. If you really like Alex Smith, go for it. Like, you know, I know we're all gonna tell you Rodgers, and maybe this is one of those times we're all wrong, right? If you're really feeling Alex Smith, go for it. Dario says he leans Gibson. Claudio, how was Sanders usage? I think he's gonna be fine. I think he'll be fine, you know. Claudio, I'm just starting to get a little worried about his usage and his overall volume. But I think for this week against the Browns, he should be fine. Jacob says he should be fine. Nick Moore, Mixon broke news. I know, right? The Mixon news was tough. Tim, what's up? Welcome back. Irie says, AJ Brown, Antonio Brown, or Curtis Samuel for, man. I almost lean Curtis Samuel here, man. I really... And everyone's going to give me a lot of flack for this, but I really don't like AJ Brown's matchup this week. But hey, you know, I do say start your studs. So if you feel more comfortable with AJ Brown, go for him. But I'm not as big on his on him this week. Curtis Samuel, if Teddy plays, right? But if he doesn't play, you might honestly just be between the Browns, and AJ Brown's obviously the safer guy. Tim, yeah, I know. Thank you for coming back. I know it's 3:30, and sorry we couldn't get you earlier. We just the stream went on for about 45 minutes, a little bit longer than I was expecting it to, so I needed to cut out early to you know, spend some time with the girlfriend and eat some food because it was like 9:30 my time. Ty says, Jenkins, pray that RBC doesn't kill us. Also, Sanders owner here, just worried about that Jordan Howard. Yep. Brooks, no problem. This is a margarita we made. Just made a little bit too much here, but you know, we'll sip on it slowly. Jacob says same. Kali says Doug Peterson needs to go. Sanders is way better. Yeah, Sanders is doing really well this year. Nick says, let's see, I blame the coaching for the lack of transparency. Oh, 100%. That was not great. That was not great. Tim says, do you think McKissick is RB2? I 100% think he is. He's gonna get a lot. I mean, guys, look at this. I want to show you guys this. If we look at McKissick, ever since Alex Smith came in, we know Alex Smith. Like, if people don't know, he's the ultimate check down king, right? But his targets, I don't think we would be able to see it here, but he's been getting. I mean, look at this, 7 receptions on receiving. This is as receiving, right? You're not gonna expect a lot of huge numbers from the running, but like especially in PPR leagues, this is where he's gonna make the most money. Okay, he's gonna get a lot of targets as a check down back. Biggest thing with like the Gibson versus McKissic thing is, you know, are they going to be playing from behind? If they're going to be playing from behind, they're going to use McKissic a lot more. If they're sort of in it, or if they're winning, they're going to be running Gibson more. That's sort of how it works, at least in my mind. All right, let's see, where are we at now? Yeah, it's not Jordan. You're correct. It's not Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard's on Miami now, I believe. Claudio says Corey Clement and or Scott. Yep. He's just trying to get clever with RBBC, and I'd keep Scott as a handcuff. That's the thing, is Eagles kind of have been in RBBC for a while. Hey guys, Burke says, hey guys, and sorry guys, I'm delayed. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Hey guys, help me set my starters. Pick 3, Evans, DJ Moore, Gio, Ahmed, and Fournette. I go, if you had to, I guess Evans, Gio, and Ahmed here. Yeah. Jacob says, I would not worry about Devonta. I don't think we should worry about him. Like, even though they're playing a really good defense, I don't think we need to. Chai says, I'd have to pick based on matchups. I'd go Evans, more Ahmed, but is this standard PPR? Great question. Claudio says, occasionally, half PPR. Mark Hart tries, I'd go Evans. Evans gets Ramsey. Does Ramsey stick on a guy, though, or does he play the field? Berg says it's really between Ahmed and Gio. I think, oh, okay, I gotta start Evans and Moore, but, well, I guess, how set are we on Moore? Like, how has Moore been doing? Let's see. Maybe he's been doing better than I thought, right? It's okay, you know, I mean, I think a lot of this depends on if Teddy plays, right? Like, I guess, Burke, do you feel comfortable starting? Do you really feel comfortable starting DJ Moore if Teddy's not playing? Elijah says, need to stream a QB while Allen's and bye. Should I go Wentz and some Rain, Dalton, Cousins, or anyone else available? Could you go Alex Smith here? I think Alex Smith or Cousins. I think Alex Smith, Cousins, or Wentz is the move here, Elijah. Doritos says, if you personally had to choose, would you rather start McKissic or Gibson? Just curious. I mean, again, it depends on the matchup. Gibson is their lead back, right? So for most games, if I don't think they're going to get blown out, probably Gibson, but McKissic has a very, very, like, interesting and pretty high floor, honestly. Tim says, 49ers pick Alex Smith over Rodgers. They definitely regret that, yeah. Claudio says, why are the half of the NFL coaches clues? I know, right? It's pretty shocking. Any concerns for Kamar this week? Only 32. Hey, listen, he might score 64 with Hill at the helm, right? What if they just run a bunch of RPOs, right? QB options. Only. Not so sure, clueless. Other than Gase and their high ego, yeah, for sure. First got jokes tonight because they had 14 and 15 targets last week. I know, right? Jacob, exactly. That's why I really like him. That's why, you know, RB2 minimum to me for the rest of the season. I picked up Pittman in at least 2 of my leagues. Yep. Patricia, Taylor, Rule, etc. Yeah. I don't know actually how has Rule been doing. Didn't Jordan Howard get dropped? I think he might have. That's what I feel like, because I know he was on Miami, but I think he got waived. Doritos, sorry, I just said burrito. I had burritos for dinner tonight. I had half a burrito. But personally, I like Gibson over McKissic because I feel like with his schedule ahead, it could be a lot of close games. Yeah, that's very, very fair. Claudio says, if McKissic wasn't a thing, Gibson would be a top, potentially, right? I wonder, you know, if McKissic wasn't there, I wonder how they would replace him, because I guess I don't know if Gibson is a very high volume pass catching back. I don't know what his catching abilities are, but maybe. Cully says, I don't know why Gibson doesn't get receptions. He was oh, was he? Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might just be because McKissic is that specialty, you know, pass catching back. Ty says, is this trade fair to you? First place traded Cam and Swift to get Stephon Diggs. I guess it's not that bad, I will say, right? Especially like if it was after last week when Swift had his sort of you know, high, like sell high game, it's not as bad as it looks, but a lot of it also depends on like the team, I guess, like the last place team. I think I value Stephon Diggs a little bit more than Cam and Swift, but it's like not that lopsided where I would think it's collusion. Yep, Dorito says true. Nick Moore says DJ Moore either win your week or make you lose your week. Yeah. Brick says great point about Teddy being out. You're right. Then can't play. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like we don't know, right? And guys, like the thing is like wide receivers don't automatically become irrelevant if their starting quarterback is not there. The issue is there's so many question marks that like, are you willing to risk it if you have, you know, like Burke has other players to play, right? It just really depends on if you're willing to risk it or not. Moore could very well be good, right? You know, he's kind of the wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 guy. Maybe the whoever is the backup comes in and relies on them a lot more. We just don't know. It's just a risk. Or that just says thanks. Yeah, for sure. Jacob, I would avoid DJ Moore as much as possible. Okay, for sure. Dorito says check news. I believe Teddy may play. Yeah, let's look. Let's look, guys. Teddy Bridgewater. Let's see what the latest on that one. So 3 hours ago. That's a hefty fine, 15K for his hit. Teddy. So Bridgewater wants to play Sunday and will test his name in pre-game warm-ups before Panthers make a final decision. Managed to get limited practice all week, and despite some conflicting reports about his outlook, the most recent news from Jerry Fowler is that there's optimism. So, yeah. Oh, that's right. It's PJ Walker. Guys, fun fact. PJ Walker used to be a Colt, I believe. Right? I'm pretty sure PJ Walker was like on our practice squad a lot. Yeah, Indianapolis Colts. Yeah. We made him. So I would keep an eye out for that for sure. Let's see. Who's the biggest waiver wire play that could give you 15 points or more? We'll look at that. Ruggs is definitely a good one. Dempy, welcome back, man. How was Mandalorian? Yeah, I think Ruggs is a good one. Mike Beasley. So here's the thing with Beasley. I think he's very useless if John Brown is healthy, which is a big if he's healthy, because he's kind of injury prone. If John Brown isn't there, I think Beasley is a great play, like solid wide receiver too. But they have their bye this week. It doesn't sound like John Brown's injury is that bad, but like look at it, right? When John Brown doesn't play, he scores big. When John Brown plays, he's pretty much useless. Mike Williams is very boomer bust. That's a problem, right? I just don't know if I can trust Beasley if John Brown's there, because John Brown takes that role, and he gets all the targets too. Burke says this week is week 1 of my playoffs. I think I need solid points rather than big points. So I might throw Higgins over J-Rob. I've been pulling my hair. Yeah, that's a tough one, right? That's a really tough one. I mean, obviously Higgins is gonna get you those points. We know that he has a better matchup. So on paper, Brick, you're correct. Higgins should be there. I still think J-Rob is gonna get that stuff, but hey, so you gotta start. There we go. There's the Marlon Mack reference. But I agree with you here. I don't think you're making any dumb mistakes. If you really want those solid points and don't want to be too risky, look at your projections too. Go with the T. Higgins, right? I think there's a small chance there's always a chance that anybody can bust, right? But T. Higgins has been a solid play for us. I mean, let's look at him. I mean, if he has a volume there, which I believe he does, it's hard to play against him. I mean, the volume's there. Outside of the Cleveland game, which I don't know if that was a windy one, he's been getting like 7+ targets, so that's a lot. Ty says, who are you starting over Higgins? And earliest playoff I've heard in my life. Yeah, solar year. Yeah, I got Aaron Jones and Derrick Henry, Julio and Kirk at wide receiver, 1 flex for Chubb, 1 open. Oh, for sure. Claudio, yeah, JT has been a big disappointment. Again, I was surprised he was drafted so early. I did not understand why his ADP was like third rounder. Like, it made like, it was coincidence that Marlon Mack got injured and he became the starter, but like, I don't think the Colts ever had plans to like put him into that spot that early, assuming Marlon Mack was like healthy. Even though Marlon Mack isn't a very like sexy name and people like probably don't know that much about him, he was a really good running back for us. So we're definitely missing that for, you know, that part of our offense right now. Yeah, Barker, players are too early. Barry Sanders, top 3 of every 10 man, like 18,000 players maybe every week. Top, yeah, exactly, Bark. That's gonna be huge, man. Good luck with that. That's awesome. Dempsey says, I got stuck on YouTube watching OW. Oh, Stone Cold, yeah, for dude, old school WWE was great. Who is your favorite wrestler outside of Stone Cold? I guess JT is frustrating. Yeah, he is. Megalodon. I'm relatively convinced JT is blind. Yeah, he's a little blind right now. Oh, you know what we should do? We gotta tell JT to wear Hot Rod's glasses, right? You guys know about Hot Rod? Hot Rod Colts. Look at that. Look at that. See, that's what they need to put on JT, right? JT needs to get these glasses. Look at that, man. Look at this guy. Like, just look at what this guy looks like. How awesome is that? We need to give those to JT. That's what the problem is. That's why Hot Rod's been such a baller, is because he's had those glasses. Mega Ball, yeah. Nice. Who do you think wins NFC Finals? Packers, Saints, Bucks, Seahawks, Eagles. That's so. I don't know if I would go Eagles here. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? I think Bucks, Packers, or Seahawks are all great picks. Chat, what's up? When's for Cousins? Been streaming QBs all year. Yeah, so Cousins has a way better matchup, right? But the issue is it too good of a matchup? Sorry guys, my nose is a little itchy. I still lean Wentz a little bit. I still lean him a little bit, man. I know like people don't like Wentz right now. I know he's had a few bad games, but like I kind of lean him a little bit. I'm just a little bit worried that they're gonna run the ball more on Dallas than anything, you know? I have Wentz ranked a little bit higher. How's Cousins been doing? He's been alright. I mean, not bad, right? Like, I'm just worried that the matchup is too good for him. I say Seahawks or Bucks. I think that, you know, that's very good. I mean, the Seahawks were looking good. They're starting to steam off a little bit, but Seahawks are still looking good. You know, they're still one of the better teams. Packers have a good chance. I'm curious if the Bucks make it that far. Yeah, I agree. Dorito, I'm in a 10-man league with pretty nice receivers, but only decent running backs. But I find it pretty hard to get my package trade-offs just because I feel like there's so options for, yeah. RBs are harder to find. Wide receivers this year, especially, it feels very, very good, I will say. 100%. Doritos, or Burke says, I finished top 200 last year with a stacked roster. Nice, yeah. Dan, you mean Blankenship the GOAT? Of course, obviously. Eagles win the NFC, so there's a... Hey, there could be, right? Wait, Claudio, you played football with Bobby Okereke? Wait. Explain this, please. I need to know the story, Claudio. Dempsey says, switch your miss was my favorite move. Oh, for sure. When I was a kid, I saw the wrestling. Nice. Yeah, honestly, like, I forgot about this guy, but, like, one of the guys I really liked was Eddie Guerrero, like, RIP, you know? Like, I really liked his, like, kind of, like... sort of like a very you know, his like personality, that like swagger, that like, you know, I don't give an F about anything, you know, lie, cheat, and steal. Eddie Guerrero, man. The sneeze count has been pretty low the last couple of streams. You work on that. I know, right? I need to. We had to chug a beer earlier, and it was colder than the seltzer that we had to do earlier this week. So, you know, still recovering from that for sure. Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, TB12, pick 2. Ooh, I think I like Matt Ryan and Tom Brady here a little bit more. Ty says Matty Ice and TB12, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Marlon Mack is my ultimate. There we go. Hey, come out of nowhere, right? Facts. Ty says, what are your thoughts on Cavs drafting Okoro? I'm happy with my Dubs move so far, minus the trash. I know, dude. So sorry about Klay Thompson. Like, as much as, like, you know, I have my saltiness about the Warriors. That's just, honestly, that's sad for the sport of basketball, right? You have Klay Thompson, who's in his prime right now, and he's gonna have missed 2 full seasons. And like, it sucks for a franchise. Like, I'm not saying we should feel sorry for the Warriors, but it definitely sucks for the franchise a lot. At least you guys got Wiseman, right? But no, I do like the thing. I don't honestly, I don't follow college basketball that much, and I honestly don't know too much about Isaac. But at least I know, like, he's supposed to be one of the better defenders. And apparently he's going to be automatically our best defender, right? So I think that's something we needed. We have too many guards right now. And, you know, I don't know if you saw that Tristan Thompson trade, or not trade, but like Tristan Thompson with the Celtics today. That was pretty shocking to me. I was very shocked by that. Clay News is sad, yeah, for sure. WCF's NW Wolfpack Red and Black was my favorite. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that was great. Claudio, I live in Tustin, and yeah, I played corner. He played LB at Foothill High School. Unfortunately, I never is to play club ball. Oh no, Claudio, I'm sorry to hear that. Tustin, California. Yo, that's awesome. That's really cool, Claudio. Huh. So, yeah, I played corner. He played out. Did you guys play at the same time, Claudio? Like, were you guys ever on the, like, I guess, were you on the same team, or like, did you guys play to like against each other, or how'd that work? Wolfpack. Wiseman only played in 3 games, and really, I did not know that. I personally think he would have been number 1 if he wasn't suspended. Interesting. This steroid transfer, yeah, right. Wolfpack. I hear Claire just had 8. Yeah, Jacob. Klay Thompson is out for the season with an Achilles tear, ACL tear, or something like that. That's rough. Claudio, that's so sick, dude. What are they like? That's really cool. How was he in high school? Was he like a, because wasn't he like a track star first and then like went to football later or something? Like, I don't know if I recall him being like a football player from the start. I remember reading something, and I'm pretty sure like both him and his sister are both like track stars or something. But like, was he like a big deal in high school? Dorito says Steve Adams to New Orleans. I know with Zion, right? That's like, I don't get it. Like, I feel like with basketball, it's never as simple as like, I mean, sometimes it is, right? But like, I just feel like with all the news that's come out between like yesterday, the draft, and the day before, like, it's very like, you know, like, you guys know that like, this is what I feel like. What was it? It's Hangover Physics, or like, what is it? Do you know what I'm talking about? Hangover, the movie, like that meme? This one? This is what it feels like. Shoot, how do I pull that out? Just open image, right? This is what I feel like with like the NBA trades. Sorry that, oh wait, you guys can't see this. Oops. This is what I feel like with the NBA trades, like this meme here. You know, just like, it feels like everyone's trading through like 5 different teams, and like people are like getting drafted, but like going somewhere else. Like, that's what I feel about the NBA draft. Claudio says, yeah, he started playing junior year. That's what it was, right? That's crazy. Mad athletic and such a hard work. Oh, I'm sure. That's awesome. Yo, listen, Claudio, if you still have contact with him, tell him to stop by the stream and give us a sub. JP, cancel LeBron. I feel like if you don't like LeBron, you hate him. I don't think there's anything in the middle, right? And I get it. Like, I think for someone as big as him, it's going to be very, you know, either polar, like very positive or negative. Obviously, I'm a huge LeBron fan, diehard LeBron fan, but, you know, that's me. Guy says, yeah, Clay's lost hurts, probably one of the only players that we got everyone love. Yeah, we got 3 albatross contracts in Wiggins, Clay and Green. Yeah, for sure. Claudio, that's awesome though. That's really, really cool. Let's see. Hey, everyone's entitled to their opinions time. I'm not gonna fight you guys. You can hear him after Super the Creed. Obviously, he's one of the best players of all time, but just when he's got that side to him. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Seriously, free agency and trade off season so great, but so much at once for sure. Jacob, Jason Sanders or Harrison Butker? So the Chiefs have the Raiders and Miami has the Dolphins, right? I feel like I lean Butker a little bit here. Because last time was a pretty high scoring game. I'm pretty sure they both put up like 30 plus. So I think it's going to be like that again. I kind of go Butker here. Let's see, who do we have here? All right, Dempy agrees. Bob Ross, welcome. Should I play Thielen or Juju? Thielen has a really good matchup, man. Honestly, they both have really good matchups. Oh man, who do I like better? Maybe Thielen a little bit. You know, the only risk to Thielen is whether or not he, like you know, we were talking about this earlier. Are they going to run the ball more, right? That could be the same for the Steelers. So, I like Thielen. I guess one or two less mouths to feed. I think they're pretty similar, right? Because both are playing not very good defenses. Maybe lean Thielen a little bit, but pretty, you know, pretty even, I would say. Claudio says Sanders, and then he's Thielen. Nice. Denp says Thielen as well. So Bob Ross, you should pay something for chat. Oh yeah, do it. I think Thielen, but I can't go wrong. Yeah, Claudio, I don't know what to do mix in. Just gotta sit with him at this point, right? Hopefully he comes back for playoffs and goes off. I think that's what we gotta do. Bob Ross, yo, love that tree, dude. Love it, love it. I appreciate you. Denp says he's one of the greatest passers of all time, but he's not clutch. Who are you talking about? No, like, sorry, I'm a little turned around now. Legendary Bob, oh for sure. So honestly, he's not a good fit for the Bengals. I wish he was on a run-first team like the Rams. They just need a better O-line. They really need a better O-line. Better O-line makes Mixon just like go off, and it prevents Burrow from just like dying pretty much. We don't want another Andrew Luck situation, right? That's a no-no. Jacob, yeah, for sure. And honestly, like, that's at least my feel. Kickers are so hard to predict. I feel like there's almost no math to it. You obviously want someone who's going to score a lot. I think that's going to be the Chiefs. So honestly, I lean him a little bit. Why does Taylor refuse to use him in the passing game? I know, right? Yeah. I don't know. I think, you know, I think the Bengals could make a run for it in the division, but like this is obviously not the time. With the Browns getting hot, with the Steelers being really well. I mean, actually Ravens too, right? So although it's very frowned upon, if I were the Bengals, I would just kind of like chill, you know, protect your players, start building a wall for Burrow. You know, you've got your you got your running backs. You know, eventually you're gonna have to move away from Mixon, 3-4 years probably as he gets older. But you got a T. Higgins, you got a Tyler Boyd. Need to work on the defense a little bit. Just rebuild until the the Steelers, Ravens, and like Browns cool off a little bit. But this is not a good time for a rookie quarterback and to be in that division. Bob Ross says, I just tried Garrett kick for Hurst. I like it. I like Hurst a lot. Hurst has been doing very well. I have him as I think I have him as my start of the week this week. Go check the video. I think I have him as my start of the week. But I like Hurst a lot. He's been getting a lot of volume and production. Let's see. Denp says Wade 1-1 for LeBron. Kyrie 1-1 for him. Now Davis 1 for him. LeBron's like great number 2. Yeah. You guys are trying to trigger me tonight. Is Philip Lindsay worth the pickup? I think he is. I think he is for sure. You know, I think he's been honestly playing a little bit better than Melvin Gordon, so I think it's worth a stash. Bray says Daniel Vontaze Perfect is playing it for a different team and breaks through. Free shot at Burrow. He's literally going to kill Burrow. Yep. Do you slow-mo dive in front of him and save Burrow with your body? Oh, hell no. Hell no. I'm not taking a shot from Vontaze Perfect. Listen, if you replace Burrow with Andrew Luck, and that would be the difference of him still playing for the Colts, and not 100%, but no, not Burrow. They're gonna learn on their own. Claudio says, what team? What is that? Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. What is that question to? Ty says, Dempy, I dislike LeBron, but he's definitely an alpha. AD more of a number 2, but yeah, he's been favorable. Yeah. Perfect is back. This is hypothetical, yeah. Listen, we gotta protect Andrew, right? I have no ties to the Bengals. But yeah. We'll take a shot for Andrew to make sure he's alive and all. But I want to make sure the Colts cover all the medical costs and whatever benefits come with that. 50-yard line seats for the rest of my life, I'll take it. Except, I don't know, that's actually not as good as it sounds because I don't live in Indy and that would be a pain. But having some sort of benefits or connection would be great. Claudio says, I could have traded Mixon for Eckler, but oh, that's rough. It is what it is, right? You don't know. Zach Taylor kind of screwed us all of us Mixon owners, so. Oh, of course, Burke. I'd put you over Andrew Luck. I need you to be on there because I'd have you as my biggest sleeper. No one else is gonna know about you. And then when you blow up, I'll be like, listen, guys, look at that. Look at this fantasy guru here. You guys don't know about my boy Burke. Get your Hall of Famer, Burke. Claudio, also here. This is kind of snaky, and you guys might disagree with me, but here's another sort of like tip. Again, it might be a little bit frowned upon, but if someone sends you a trade request, usually those last for what, 2 days, right? That's like the ESPN default at least, right? Leave it open. There's no reason for you to decline it, right? There's only, what's up, Lee Mean? How you doing? Regine, how you doing tonight, man? So again, like not a very ethical move, but if someone sends you a trade request, there's no harm, like there's no point in declining it, right? Unless you're like literally just trying to, like, you're pissed off, you're tilted. Don't decline it because things can happen. Like, in Claudio's case, like, again, a lot of people might frown upon it, but that's just something to think about. Like, if Claudio didn't decline it, he could have accepted it. Again, not the most ethical thing to do, but just something to think about. Strategy. Would I do it? I don't know. I think it depends on who I'm playing with. Like, if it's a very friendly league with family, friends who don't know football, probably wouldn't. If it's competitive, with a lot of money involved, maybe. I don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? Would you leave a trade open? So let's say someone offered you Eckler for Mixon in Claudio's case. You left it open. All of a sudden your phone buzzes and says, hey, Mixon is out for the season. Do you go and accept it, or are you nice and you tell the owner and you say, hey, I'm not gonna accept this trade because it's screwing you over? What would you guys do? And let's say this is a money league, $100 money league. What would you do? But yeah, Majin, welcome to the chat. We, you're coming at a nice time. We're just kind of vibing and chilling right now. Den says, Ty, I feel like there's no more standalone alpha. Maybe Giannis. Everyone's trying to join in with friends to get that giveaways. Jordan played like 9 seasons before winning. Yeah, for sure. Ty says, makes sense. I wouldn't feel obligated to click decline or accept unless I updates to change my mind. Do my research like how I... Exactly. Brick says I would do it. I did that when Bell went to the Chiefs and traded it away. Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah, so, it happens, right? To me, I just think, I will only decline it if, like, I'm going to make another trade. But even so, like, if someone has a trade open to you and you want to counteroffer, you also just don't need to decline the trade. So yeah, let it sit, let it simmer, and it might work out. And again, you might get some hate mail from your league mates, but that's what it is, right? I mean, not very much similar, but like that's kind of what happened sort of with that whole the Bucks trade, right, for Bogdan, where the trade got leaked early by a reporter, by Woj, actually. For anyone who follows basketball, Woj, or if you don't follow basketball, Woj is like a very big NBA reporter. He's got all the inside sources and he breaks all the news. From my understanding, what happened was the Milwaukee's Bucks traded for a guy who's gonna be a really good fit for him. It was supposed to be a sign and trade, but he technically couldn't sign until like after the draft or something. But the news got leaked like 2 or 3 days before, so it was like either gonna be tampering or something, and like the league found out of it, or it was public, and the trade can go through. It doesn't really matter, right? Because he ended up going to a different team, and like the Bucks lost out on him. But whatever, he's not like a generational player. But the worst thing was what is it, Elias Silva? There's a Buck guy. I think he opted out of his player option, which lost him I think $7 million, because he heard the news that Bogdan was coming, so he decided to opt out because I don't know what the logistics of it, but he opted out. So the loser here was this guy that opted out of $7 million because of this rumor. Nothing went through, and yeah. Break says, I actually traded away Juju for DJ weeks ago. I accidentally got accepted instantly somehow, yeah. And I'm flipping DJ for oh, hell yeah. That works out even better for you, yeah. That's really good. Claudio says, I think Juju, people are still undervaluing him. I like him a lot, right? Actually, kind of like, I'm a little biased because I traded for him after he started blowing up again, but like, he's doing well. If we pull up the stats here, he's been doing well. He's getting the targets. Like, look at this, guys. Last 4 weeks, 14, 8, 7, 13. Receptions, 9, 7, 6, 9. Like, this is really good, So, I like it. I like chase targets. He doesn't always lead the team in targets, but he still gets a decent amount for me to feel comfortable. What's up? How do I pronounce that? Blank? Can I call you Blank? Hello, man. How you doing? How's your night going, my friend? Mike Camara, what's up, man? Welcome back to the stream. How you doing tonight? Ty says, Dempy, I feel you. It does seem trend that way. I still think LeBron plus Giannis are the few offers left, but that's how the league changes these days with more power to players. Ty says, yeah, that Bogdan psych trade was brutal for Bucks, and I think it's going to be signed and traded to Hawks. Exactly, yeah. Juju really just pretended to be irrelevant and then said psych. Dude, you're spending too much time on like TikTok and Instagram, man. Dempy says, yeah, there's a lot of power to players, right? But I guess, question for you guys, would you rather the players have the powers or like the owners have the powers? Claudio says Taysom Hill or, I honestly think Claypool might put up, I almost say Taysom Hill for fun, but like Claypool is going to put up I think he's going to put up some big numbers. The only thing is Taysom is probably guaranteed 10 at least, right? That's what we think. I think like, honestly more so for like who are your wide receivers, Claudio? Like, could you play Claypool over someone else? Players over owners despite his flaws. I kind of agree with that, right? The thing is like, I don't think you need to sit Waller. Who are your wide receivers, Claudio? Bob says, I just flipped Woods for Juju. I like Juju here. I think I like Juju here. Thoughts on the difference on how much NBA players make versus NFL? A lot more money, but a lot of games. Still, football is for sure, right? But I think break the issue is, well, the top players in football make more, right? Yeah, the top players in football make more. So like I don't know, what is it like? Gordon Hayward, right? What was his last contract? Gordon Hayward, 4 years, 120 mil. But that's less than quarterbacks. So I mean, obviously it's quarterbacks, right? But like quarterback market is more. So The only problem is like NFL, like I'm kind of curious what the revenue generation is between the NFL and NBA. I've got to think that it's maybe, let's look. NBA revenue, 8.3 billion for the 2019-2020 season. NFL revenue. So NFL is the most profitable, okay. Okay, so essentially they make like double what NBA does, but they're also paying like more than double the number of players, right? I think that's the one thing you gotta think about. You have to pay a lot more players in the NFL. But yeah, I think NFL is more top heavy, where the top players get paid a lot more than NBA players. Yeah. But yeah, Ty, so yeah, that's the thing. I agree. I do like players over owners, and then at the end of the day, the players don't have like the most say, right? Because Harden wants out of Houston, but he's obligated under contract. Obviously, that puts Houston at a uncomfortable spot, and they might just want to move anyways. But like, at some point, they can't do everything, right? Because they're still under contract. Claudio says, I got Adams. Oh, geez, man, you're. I almost feel Claudio. I almost feel like you need to play Taysom because like this is like a pretty historic moment for fantasy football. You know, 20 years down your line, 20, 30 years down the line, your kids are gonna play fantasy football, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, Daddy, tell me the best moment in football history." You're gonna be like, "Listen, Sonny, there's this one time during the worst year ever in history where I was able to play a quarterback at a tight end position." It's kind of historic, right? Jacob says, yeah, I think you won, Bob. Yeah, for sure. Claudio says, NBA is more national. Simply more revenue goes to the route. For sure, for sure. Ty says, Ian Rappaport is starting to do his late night tweets. Said Drew Lock and Noah Fant. Oh, really? That might be good. If Drew Lock is, I'm surprised Drew Lock is gonna be good to go. I think I like Fant a little bit more because I think Goddard is still working his way back, and there's a lot more people that he's gonna be that Wentz is gonna be targeting. If we look here, like, I think what's his face? Goddard he's slowly coming back, right? Not as much as we thought, but like if we look at these two, I'm pretty sure Goddard is involved a little bit less. So ever since Goddard's been back, he's gotten 1 target in 6. What about Fant? If Fant's good to go, I think Fant's a little bit more consistent, right? Okay, not necessarily, but like you would imagine he's involved like around seven targets. So I kind of lean Fant. Actually, do I lean Fant? They are playing Miami, who has a pretty good defense. I wonder if Fant's gonna be his, his like safety valve. That's the only thing. Let me look at Goddard. Actually, no. You know what? No, Eagles are playing. Let's go Goddard here. I think Goddard has a better time against a Browns defense versus Fant. Because I think Miami's going to pressure Fant a lot. I think he's going to force Fant to make a lot of mistakes. The only thing I think Fant could be good if Locke has to really check down to him a lot or like use him as a safety valve. But I think I really like the Miami defense. So maybe let's go Goddard here actually. All right, where are we at? All right, I'm still a little behind. Dallas Cowboys are the most expensive sports team in the for sure. More than soccer teams or baseball. Yeah, definitely. Burke says, yeah, the top is similar, but there's a big disparity between NBA top, second tier, top tier, and oh, for sure. Oh, 100% there. I agree with you there. Mike said, traded away Robinson for Sanders. Thoughts? I kind of like Robinson a little bit more. Mike. Sanders might work out for you, but I think it's an okay trade. But I personally like Robinson a little bit more. Versus hot take, Winston starts. Yeah, I absolutely think Winston gets involved tomorrow. That's what I was telling the earlier stream, that I think if you're playing Taysom at tight end, I absolutely do it. If you're playing him quarterback, I don't know if that I would. I think Winston's gonna play a second snap. Yeah. Did you guys see what Stephen A said about Taysom? This man is 30 years old and doesn't have 50 exactly. Yeah, I mean that is true. And that's what I was saying too. Was like I don't really see him as a quarterback, so I'd be kind of shocked if the Saints use him all game as just like their QB1. He's 100% finessing the media, dude. Stephen A could have named 3 quarters. Yeah, I know. Denpy says they signed it. It reminds me of Mr. D, that football player that he says he wants more money because he had a good season. Sandler, can we pay you less if you play bad? Yeah. Yep. Ty says, tell that to AD. Dude basically boycotted the Pelicans until he finally traded him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he hasn't been good before he got hurt other than week 1. Woods had a lot of picks, but also a lot of yards and TDs. He could have fixed the picks with a training film for sure. Also, the big thing, guys, you got to realize is I think the way that Bruce Arians likes to run his air raid, it's actually very prone for quarterbacks to throw picks. I think there was a comparison where like when Bruce Arians was actually the Colts offensive coordinator when Andrew Luck, I think it might have been a rookie or something. And it's just like the way that he makes the quarterbacks play the offensive scheme. It's very, very prone to picks. So yes, some of it was Winston, but I think there is a small correlation to Bruce Arians being that shot caller, his style of offense that leads towards a lot of interceptions. Wasn't even play the Air Friends anymore. Yep, AD contract was over, wasn't it? I don't remember actually. Looks surprisingly awful. Thoughts on Hayden Hurst and his recency, consistency? Can we continue? Where do we rank him? Dorito, I think he's probably definitely maybe top 6, top 7 for me. I think he stays consistent, honestly. Denp says I like Hurst, lost Kiddo, I roll with Hurst. Yep. Claudio Jenkins says target share will go down with. I mean maybe, but Hurst seems to get involved one way or another. Ty says don't forget that Jameson had exactly that LASIK, right? Exactly. Let's look at this. So Bruce Arians. If we want to look at this, so look at this. His philosophy can be summed up in one phrase: no risk it, no biscuit. You can't live scared. His former quarterback in Arizona, Carson Promise, says you play for him, you see he just has guts. He'll let it rip and let it fly no matter what. So there it is, right? In life, you have to take risks and whatever. So he started with the Steelers as the wide receiver coach, offensive coordinator, went on to win this Super Bowl. He was a gambling man who likes to take big risks that didn't sit well with the fans. For instance, on 3rd and 1, instead of running the ball to making a quick short pass or making a quick short back, he wanted to air it downfield. I got booed in the Super Bowl parade. That's hilarious. Indianapolis Colts, he became the offensive coordinator, head coach after he had leukemia, 9-3 record. Let's see. Yeah. So that's the thing. It's just the way he really goes off with that offense. It's a lot of risk to it. Denp, like the Mr. D's reference, love the Sandman. Dorito said, if you had to choose 3 this week, who are you choosing? Adams, Terry, Keenan, Godwin, Parker. I would go Adams, Terry, and Keenan. For sure. Godwin just doesn't have a great matchup. He might pull Jalen Ramsey. I don't know how Jalen Ramsey plays, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I like Adams, Terry, and Keenan here. Jacobs says Bruce Arians that when Antonio Brown is not a mouse, he's got for sure, definitely. Claudio says first 3. Burke says first 3. Dempy says first 3 too. Nice. I like that. My life is so much easier when you guys all agree with me, so I do appreciate that. Let me see. Let me just check something here. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I agree. But I think like someone was saying earlier, the Bucks will be a very interesting team to see. I'm curious as to how far they can go, right? Obviously a decently on paper they're a very good offensive team. On paper they're a very good defensive team. They should go far, but yeah, I'm very curious. All right, so recent news, it looks like Damien Harris is good to go. Stephon Gilmore's good to go. Alan Lazard will be a really interesting watch. I mean, it sucks that he comes back and plays the Colts, but Alan Lazard will be a really, really good guy to monitor this week. Stafford is supposed to play even with a ligament tear. Yeah. Interesting. Does anyone here, I don't remember this because it all gets mixed up, but is anyone here on the fantasy football subreddit or like uses the fantasy football subreddit? Dorito, what's your, let's see, where are we at? Oh, here we go, sorry. Burke says Colts or Eagles this week. Ooh. Oh, there we go, another Seahawks fan in here. Ty, okay, yeah. I was actually gonna say, I wonder if it's like appropriate to post this link in there too, because there's a lot of late nighters in the fantasy, and I think it'd be kind of cool to pull some of those guys over. I just don't know if like the mods are gonna like it. The other thing is the mods are probably asleep, so I could potentially post it and like delete it. But I'm wondering, like, I mean, this is fine if we want to just chill here, but I'm wondering if it's worth trying to post some of those guys over and just like post a link. I know someone else posted a link for like the live stream earlier, but I think it was like an actual like professional channel, which the mods are a little, like, some mods are super picky, but kind of curious what you guys' thoughts are, if it's worth like posting there to like pull some guys over to like chat with us. Berg, I see, I like the Colts, but it's gonna be this is their toughest matchup, you know. Yo, Den P, see you next week, man. Thank you for stopping by. We miss you, man. We miss you. Let's see, where are we at? So yeah, with the Colts, I mean, I think they're okay, but like, there's probably some better, like, if you don't want to take the risk, I think it might be good to go somewhere else potentially, but, you know, I think the Browns are good. I think Washington's really good this week. Who else do you have in your waivers? Dorito says, Tannehill has been kind of lacking, think he'll recover. I think, if anything, I think he'll be fine after the Indy game. He's got a bad matchup against the Ravens and a bad matchup against Indy next week. Would you recommend me, sorry, Dorito, you said, would you recommend me trying to trade Godwin or hold him based off his playoff? I don't think you need to trade him. I think he'll be okay. He's still really the wide receiver one. I mean, obviously, the target's going to be spread out a little bit more. Depends on what you can get for him, right? But otherwise, I think he's probably okay. He says, I'm not a Seahawks fan. I know the Browns have a greater value in Seahawks fantasy-wise. Jacob says Bob, probably not. Claudio, that's crazy. Finally have another 12th man in the chat. The Niners fan have been harassing me. Yo, that's for sure. He would, because Wilson can actually throw deep balls, actually, yeah, for a while. Nice. I wouldn't have wanted Brown, to be honest. I'd rather work with Lockett and DK and throw the rookies for sure, yeah. ABS 3 TDs missed because Brady can't. Yeah. Oh, Jacob, nice. Viking. Hey, Jacob, what are your thoughts? Do you think, yeah, so what are your thoughts on like the Vikings offensive players this week when it comes to like the Cowboys, right? Are you guys gonna run more? Are you guys gonna pass it around, or what's the deal here? Claudio says David Moore is essentially a ghost though. Nice to have someone who can get clutch downs. Plus, if he gets third corner, that's GG, yeah. And Bob, okay, you're a Bills fan. Hey, the Bills they're looking well. They're looking good. Still unnecessary. I don't like Brown too much for the effect he can have on the team. Yeah. I guess do you guys think AB is like back for real, or like what do you guys think? Like, because it sounds like the camera incident, like they figured out, right? Like apparently, I think they said they knew about it. But yeah, I don't know. I have a little faith that I think maybe he turned things around. But it is AB, right? It is AB. Jacob says, I think we'll probably run and pass can be conservative. Okay. I think he's back for real. Seems like such a minor controversy compared to I think so, yeah. Claudio says, you think they're gonna run all day? Yeah. Man, maybe Madison's a sneaky play. Burke, you think I should post to the subreddit? Yeah, I'm trying to decide. Like, I feel like I could be okay, especially because I think the mods are asleep, right? But my only issue is like some mods like my content, some mods don't like me posting it. That's why all my stuff that I post now, I actually post. I have to post a text link first because that's what we wanted me to do. So, you know, I definitely want to be a little careful and like not like get someone who is, you know, in a bad mood and like gets mad at me and like bans me for that, because they gave me that ban before, and then I talked, like one of the mods was like, oh yeah, this is really stupid, sorry, like this guy's just like very anal about things. So I don't know if it's worth the risk, you know. Burke says, yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to you. Like, this is honestly like a fine conversation right now. I don't think we like really need more people. It's completely up to you guys, right? I think, you know, what I was looking for was maybe like a little, like a thread that we can talk to each other, like a thread of people like talking about it, right? But I mean, Burke, it's not a big deal, right? Like, I don't think you need to care either. I definitely don't want to just like bring too much attention to myself if like some mods don't like my stuff. You know, we'll see. Maybe I'll go into one of the index threads, but you know, I think we're having a good call now. Like, we don't need a bunch of random people in here, but just a thought. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Like, I guess one of the things I noticed, Burke, is that like a lot of people on Reddit, they just don't like use YouTube that much. I mean, it is what it is, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. I don't. Yeah, this is good right now. Maybe we'll get some more YouTubers in here. Let's see where we're at. Could get 300 rushing yards. That would be nice. That would be really nice. They can be conservative. Jacob says, I would definitely be sorry if they run out of Thielen. That's the thing. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Cousins, Thielen, and Jefferson. Just went on a fantasy Discord. I'm trying to get some more fellas. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Dorito. What fantasy Discord are you in? Claudio says, how mad would you get if I say Jefferson's overrated, Jacob? That's hilarious. Do it. Claudio, say it to his face. That's pretty funny. I guess, Claudio, do you actually mean it, or are you trying to just mess with Jacob a little bit here? Ty, have rookie wide receivers been this fantasy relevant in the past before? This is a weird year. Yep, this seems like a lot of these receivers are killing it. Yeah, for sure. This is a really weird year for wide receivers. In my opinion, and if anyone disagrees here, feel free to let me know. Rookie wide receivers normally have not, like, they rarely produce well, and it's more shocking that so many rookie wide receivers are relevant this year. You know, people I think about, Scary Terry was like decent last year, right? He was one of the few. OBJ had his breakout year. Who else? I mean, there's not a lot that comes to mind. So for this year, for so many people, like CeeDee Lamb, right? Jefferson, T. Higgins, Ayuk, what was I missing? Pittman, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't call him like relevant yet, just because he just had his first breakout game. Judy hasn't been that great, but he's starting to trend up. This is definitely very, 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 very interesting. Very, very interesting. AJ Green and Alshon were a way better rookie year. Oh yeah, okay, yep. That was a while ago for sure, right? Jacob says, nah, Jefferson's not overrated. Claudia says, statistically, okay, yep. Burke says, so many have been popped off. Higgins, Jefferson, CD, Marlon Mack, Reeker, anyone else? Ayuk is a great one, yeah. Well, so I honestly don't think people. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Let's look at this again, all right? I think people are overhyping Reeger a little bit. I think we need to pump the brakes a little bit. So Reeger has been hyped for so long, right? All over the place. Like, everyone's like Reeger, right? And he showed some flashes for sure, and I don't disagree with that. But like, let's look at his stats. Unless I'm missing something from the beginning this year. Like, his stats, I don't think they've been okay for a rookie, right? But I don't think they've, like, popped off like the other guys. Right? If we look at Rieger, like, his best game is 11.7 points, and that was with 16 yards because he had a rushing touchdown, I think. No, what was it? He had a touchdown. What? How did he get 17 here? 6 plus 1.5 plus, I don't know how he got 17, but yeah, do you see what I mean? Is like, he has, like, I don't know if I would call this pop off. He is showing promise. Yeah, if that's what you're saying. Gabriel Davis is pretty good. Okay. Gabriel Davis. Who is Gabriel Davis? Oops. How come I don't... Oh, Gabriel... Oh, Buffalo guy. Yep. How's he been doing? He had one good game, yeah. I mean, overshadowed by Stephon, right? Pretty much. Just Stephon Beasley. But yeah, he actually looks like he's not bad. He's not bad. You know, a little bit sort of boomy, busty, but not bad for a rookie. Rob Ross is because he's overshadowed by his vets, Diggs, Cole, Brown. I promise you guys, I'm not like just reading what you're saying and repeating and pretending like, you know, I know what I'm talking about. I'm just going down the line, but I am very glad that, you know, we're on the same page here. It just seems insane how many rookies wide receiver blew up. They might be 2 to 3 amidst the bunch in typical fantasy year, but yeah, it's very weird, Ty. I mean, maybe this is just a very strong class, you know, very strong class. And none of them are wide receiver ones besides Higgins. None of them are getting the consistency that I like in receivers. Yeah, I think Ayuk is doing better, especially without Debo there. But I agree with you. CD was honestly doing really well. I thought that CD was like a high-end wide receiver too when Dak was there. Rieger is more talent, looking good for the future, not fantasy relevant. Rieger was hurt and Wentz is a disaster. Oh yeah, for sure. Stuart, welcome to the stream, dude. I agree, right? And Rieger was hurt, and like, you know, I'm not even saying anything. Like, I think he has a lot of good potential, and I think he can get there. You know, we were just talking about all of the wide receivers who've been like super relevant this year, who've like really popped off, and how that's like really strange. But hey, man, welcome to the stream. Bob says he gets TDs overruled by every a lot too. Okay, interesting. Great analysis. Literally repeated him word for word. Yeah, there you go. There you go. My own mod calling me out. Ty said Claudio, add Claudio Jenkins. Oh no, I'm not saying they're all wide receiver one reason. It's just the fact that they're actually fantasy relevant and capable of scoring double digits at mostly consistent rate and praises. Oh, for sure. Me, what's up, dude? Welcome. I wish my Pats had Jerry Jeudy. Who did the Pats draft this year? Let's look at the NFL 2020 draft, right? Let's look. Pats are a mess, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, Stuart, for sure. Stuart, which coast are you on? Are you a East Coast boy or West Coast boy? So let's see. This is such a why? Oh, this is Pro Football Reference. That's why. Let's see if we can make it look a little bit better. The Pats beat the Ravens, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl." Yeah. Was it 20? It's 2020, right? Whatever. Okay, we'll just go back to the Fantasy Pro Football. Does this one look better? All right, so we had Burrow. Let's see. Anyone a Cardinals fan? Like, how has Isaiah Simmons been playing? All right, Bob. Yo, thanks for coming by, dude. We'll see you soon. Good luck tomorrow, man. Good luck. Yeah. Does anyone know how has he been playing this year? Because I know he was like super hyped, right? Like super athletic linebacker. I know this is realistic, but I wouldn't be mad if Seahawks traded Lockett and third round for Gilmore. I feel like they're gonna. Yeah, I feel like the Pats are gonna ask for a lot more. Lockett is getting up there in age, right? He barely plays. Interesting. Okay. Flowers is the worst player ever. Yeah. So let's see. Andrew Thomas, I think he's been okay, right? Jeff Okuda, I think he's been okay, but he's been injured. I don't know anything about Derek Brown. CJ Henderson, I think he's been doing decent, especially for a corner. Yeah, so Ruggs was the first guy out, right? Break says that for a while, I kind of felt like Gilmore could have been a target for us. Yeah, Gilmore was definitely like he was in the trade talks. Yeah. Stewart says my QBs are a disaster too, but they're backups. Wins, yes, a big as a biased Cowboys fan stink, but as NFL fan in general, damn, he fell off a cliff. Hurts, yep. Hurts, yeah. I'm very, very curious to see if we see Jalen Hurts this year at all. It'll be interesting to see how he converts, right? He looked good in like the 1 or 2 passes he threw, but I would like to see him. I mean, the problem in NFC East is everyone can keep on losing and still be like, you know, a half a game away from first place in the division. So I don't think we're gonna see any. I don't think we're gonna see any. You know, tanking anytime soon. Not good for fantasy. Yep. Okay, so that's interesting. So Ruggs went first. Has been injured, right? But has not been the most productive rookie. Judy is starting to get better. CD looked really good with Dak, you know? A lot of this has to do with a QB too, as well, right? Yeah, okay, so Rieger was literally the next guy off. So he was 4. Then Justin Jefferson. I didn't know anything about Justin Jefferson, but apparently the Vikings really, really liked him. Ayuk then went. Interesting, okay. Rick says I drafted Wentz and Hurts together for okay. So hopefully one of them turns out well for you, right? You need a lot more than Gilmore for that to fix the Hawks defense, yeah. What did happen to the Seahawks defense? Did like everyone that was really good just like leave or like couldn't get paid, or like what exactly happened from like the Legion of Boom? I understand that was like a while ago, and like, you know, Sherman, a lot of those really good guys are gone, but like what happened that it, you know, went from like one of the best defenses to, you know, one of the most exploitable ones now? Honestly, our players talent wise are top 10, just need more mediocre, just need a mediocre string. Okay, yeah. Try if our corners were healthy on top of last week's performance, we'd be great again. D-line's actually okay. D-line's looking good. Michael on Winnie was a steal of the draft for my Pats. We drafted Kyle Drago with that first pick though, yeah. Clyde says we got Adams, Dunlap, Wagner, and Dunbar, yep. Keep on beating them Vikes. Oh yeah, they do. Stewart says I was desperate for a QB, picked up Wentz last week and had to get that dirty feeling off me, so traded Duke and DJ for Lamar. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I think Lamar hopefully will fix his, you know, fix his issues from earlier this year. That's not bad. I'm not a big Duke Johnson fan. Let me turn this light down a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit much. This down a little. There we go. Like says Sherman left, Thomas got injured and left, Cam forced to retire, and our D-line just changed. Caleb looking great. Okay. Snacks is so bad. Yeah, great trades too. I agree. Is Bobby Wagner still playing like at a very like top tier level? Because I know he's been like, you know, one of the best middle linebackers for like ever, right? But is he still playing at a pretty high level right now? I haven't been following, like I guess I haven't been paying too much attention to the Seahawks like defense. Claudio, I don't really care about Snacks, to be honest. He's not a pass rusher, so we didn't need him, yeah. Yeah, he's more of a run stopper, right, Snacks? Wagner has been fine. Okay, that's good to hear. Eventually, Darius Leonard will take over that role, but Wagner's a great player. Great player. I mean, Wagner's probably going to be Hall of Fame, right? DJ has really stepped. Okay, that's good. Okay. That's good. I mean, the Jamal Adams trade was big for you guys too. It seems like he's more of like a run stopper, like rusher sort of safety instead of like a coverage safety, right? But I mean, that was such a good move for you guys. I don't know how much you had to pay for him, but I'm sure you had to mortgage a decent amount of value for him. But I mean, it's Jamal Williams, right? And It's just, sorry, Jamal Adams, not Jamal Williams. And it sounds like he said he wants to stay with you guys and re-sign. So it'll be interesting. Like, I have no idea what your cap situation is, but it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But, you know, I think, you know, they have a good enough offense that should be able to carry them pretty deep into the playoffs. That's right? Seahawks in their first rounders. That's been a meme. Yup, you are completely right. Let's look at this NFL standings. I'm kind of... Jamal Adams does look pretty good, yep. I don't get the hate on Adams. Everyone calling him Blitz Boy, but I mean, nobody said he was great coverage safety. We just need to ball. Oh, for sure. I really like Jamal Adams. Don't get me wrong at all. I like Jamal Adams a lot. I have no issues with him. I think he was a great pickup for you guys. The Seahawks are okay. So, ooh, man, you guys, NFC West is like there. We need the Rams to lose. Yeah, I was gonna say, let's look at this. Let's make some picks. All right, so let's, if you guys don't mind, unless we get more questions, let's go division by division. You know, obviously we got some Seahawks standing here, but what do you guys think? Who makes it out of the NFC West here? I didn't realize it was that tight. Like, that's tight, and I thought the 49ers were a lot more behind, but yeah. Daniel, what's up, man? 25 PPR. We're looking at Geo versus Washington or Duke. I like Geo a little bit more here, man. You know, the one thing I've been telling my chat is I'm not a huge fan on Duke Johnson at all. I think I like Geo a little bit more here, man. Stewart says lineup this week is Lamar, Zeke, Gibson, McLaurin, Jefferson, Tyreek, Ty, and TY, ESPN, Ty. Yeah, facing the #1 team has CD and Antonio Brown. Nice, that's good. Not for sure, but I think the Rams over the Cards. I think all three can technically make the playoffs. Oh, for sure, they're definitely in. Ty says money is on Seahawks and Cardinals coming out of the NFC West, but really it's crapshoot with how gritty that. Yeah. I'm really shocked at how close it is right now, because I know, like, I mean, Seahawks were undefeated, right? They lost that one game, and then okay. People just don't know anything about football. This stuff on Adams and Thomas getting nicknames is just, yeah. Oh, 100%. They definitely are. I agree with you there. All right, so we think Seahawks, Rams here. I like the Cardinals more than the Rams. I want to say the Cardinals make it out, but I don't know, I guess. Seahawks schedule pretty easy rest of the season. Okay. All right, cool. So what do we think about NFC? Oh, jeez. I mean, see, this is stupid, right? Like rip to the 49ers fans, right? For, like, having a better record by a game and last of the division when the NFC East, we got a bunch of clowns here. All right, what do you guys think? NFC East, who makes it out? I think I don't even know, dude. I know, right? This is crazy. I think maybe Eagles, because they're getting a lot of weapons back, right? Decent defense. I think the Giants are going to be held back a little bit by Daniel Jones. You know, I would love to see Alex Smith lead the football team to a playoff run, but how about none, right? Just have them forfeit their spot for the next best record, yeah, right? NFC South. I mean, it's Bucks or Saints, right? I kind of go Bucks here. I think Bucks. I mean, my man Drew Brees has 11 cracked ribs. 11. I didn't even know that you had that many ribs, right? Like, I can't even count how many ribs I have. Or ban all NFC teams from making the playoffs because of how abysmal they're. Yeah, if Kellen Weiss and Trayvon Williams, yeah, for sure. Kyler Murray's shoulder could be an issue moving forward. I say Arizona for an NFC least. Please don't be my Cowboys. Yeah. I mean, at 5'11", right? Yeah. Hey, watch it happen. Stuart, so you're a Cowboys fan then? But yeah, what do you guys think? Saints or Bucks here? I'm going Bucks. I feel like I have to go Bucks. I'm surprised the Saints are 7-2. I thought they would have lost more games here. Huh. Dang it, with this stream, I left a possible shorty on red. Oh no. No, gotta get back. Yo, tell her, yo, be like, listen. I'm in this real important stream. Log into your YouTube real quick and hit that like button and subscribe. See, that's what I expect out of my mods, man. You gotta put all your dating life or whatever. This is your #1 priority now, Burke. Yeah, tell you to try to stream it exactly. Richard, what's up, my man? Yes, sir. That's gotcha. Yeah, sorry. The stream chat is like really small for me, so I can't see, but that's awesome. What do you guys think, Stuart? Do you guys think do you pay Dak or do you let him walk? What's Jerry gonna do here? Because I've been telling everybody I would love Dak on the Colts next year. Ty says Bucks come out of the South, better defense overall. Yep. I like Dak a lot. Yep, for sure. Richard, I like Higgins a little bit here. I like Higgins a lot here. He's consistent. He gets the volume. He produces. I like Higgins here. Even though I like Ahmed a lot this week, there's always a chance that could turn into a small committee with Breida coming back. I still think Ahmed gets the majority of the carries, but I feel like at this point it's very hard for me to drop Higgins. Chai says, Jerry pays Dak otherwise. Yeah, pay the man, take the high draft picks, trade back, use all the draft picks, defense, O-line. Oh, for sure. You guys need that defense. I mean, you guys need both, honestly, but yeah, 100%. Yeah, Richard, for sure. No problem, man. You're welcome. Draft puck, fat thumb, yeah. All right, NFC North. I mean, does anyone not think it's the Packers? I mean, we all kind of agree that's probably going to be the Packers here, right? Bears really dropped the ball. Bears dropped the ball pretty hard here. Starting, what, 5-1? And losing the next 4? I don't even know if this is worth discussing. I feel like, I mean, unless we have some hardcore Viking. I mean, well, I know we have a Vikings fan in here, right? But I feel like it's the Packers here, unless, hey, maybe the Colts put the Packers in their place, right? And it starts a wild NFC North battle. Ty says Packers easy, Bears unconvincing despite their record, 100%. All right, let's see. AFC East. Who do you like here? AFC East, Bills or Dolphins? Balka Flame, thanks for the sub, man. I don't know if you talked in chat yet, but hey, welcome to the stream and thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it a lot. Our next goal is 300 this week, so we'll see if we can make it happen. Oh, that's cool. Got some Seattle boys in here. Bills and Dolphins, honestly, I kind of want to say Dolphins. I'm kind of rooting for the Dolphins here. I honestly wonder if both the Bills and Dolphins get in. The Dolphins defense is looking good. Tua's won, what, 3 straight in a row from them, but Balka, there we go. What do we think about Curtis Samuel? I like him a lot. You know, he had a bad game last week. I would disregard it. I think a lot of it will depend on how healthy Teddy Bridgewater is, right? It sounds like there's optimism and that, you know, he could very well play. I'm a little bit worried if PJ Walker's the guy to throw to him because I don't feel comfortable playing any of my offensive players unless they're like star players with a backup, right? I guess are you looking to play him tomorrow? And if you are, what are your other options, or like who do you currently have in your lineup, Balka? Jacob, as a Vikings fan, I don't like it when the Packers win. I agree with you. Jacob, what do you think, like, where do the Vikings go right now, right? Do you stick with Kirk and like Like, where exactly do you guys go? Because I feel like, you know, you guys, I mean, it's tough, right? It's tough with that Bears D in that division. It's tough with, you know, Packers with Aaron Rodgers. So, like, where do you guys go over the next 2 years to like make that jump into like a deep playoff contender? Big team. I need a defense, and they're all pretty bad. Washington, Bengals, Rams, Falcons. I like Washington a lot. I think they're gonna get a lot of sacks. That's my opinion. Rams, if you can grab, definitely worth a hold, but I would not play them this week. I think they're a good stash if you can do that, and that's gonna help you in the playoffs. You want to stash defenses, so maybe try and stash Rams and then start Washington out of those. George says, finicky casual Dallas fans hate in Dak as though he can play defense and special team as they'll be saying, yeah, said Dalton would answer, yeah. Man, I feel bad that Dak went down. I really think he would have broken a lot of records this year. Like, I loved him on my fantasy. I really liked him, watching him play. Dude's a baller, man. I was so sad when he went down. Ty says, I think the Bills will make it out, but Dolphins D is going to be a problem for everyone and can will them into the playoffs. For sure. Balka says, what about his goal line rushes over Mike Davis? I got riddled with injuries, my running back corpse, DJ Monte, etc. So I'm starting Mike Davis and have an unreliable in Evans and Cooper. Oh, I get it. I guess I don't know that I would start Curtis Samuel over those two guys. Again, a lot of this depends on. I think, you know, Evans has a tough matchup this week, right? So I understand you being scared. Cooper should still be able to get a lot of the touches, right? I think it's fine if you want to start Samuel, but if Teddy's there, I think it's okay. I'm worried about PJ Walker playing and you putting all your eggs into one basket between, you know, on the Panthers offense, and you're assuming that both Mike Davis and Curtis Samuel is going to score. I might honestly, you know, even though Evans has a bad matchup and like Cooper is like, you know, we have to figure out what's going on with Dallas, I might honestly start those two over Curtis Samuel because those two are like, you know, a lot better. Claudio says pretty boomer bust options, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Claudio says Evans did well last year versus Rams. Okay, there we go. Stewart says you can't have him, but yeah, he's not just a great QB, he's a great leader in person. It was horrible seeing that happen. He was doing, oh, for sure. Yeah, I know. It's a dream that we get him. I agree though. I mean, that guy, like, he kept you guys in so many games, right? And no offense to like the Cowboys at all, but like we all know that defense is not good. You know, that's one of the worst defenses right now, and like I think they were at some like historic mark for like yards or points allowed or something. It was bad. Yeah. Rivers has got off. Yeah, for sure. He has not been playing well, but I will say though, like he actually hasn't been like too bad. He's definitely like sort of like a game manager, right? And he's starting to play a little bit better. But if we actually look at his stats, he doesn't have a lot of touchdowns, right? But he actually, here, let me zoom out a little bit. He actually doesn't do bad with his interceptions. Because if you look at Rivers, he only has 7 interceptions, right? So it hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been great. So yeah, I understand. Like I think the hate is a little bit too strong towards him. He's been doing all right. You know, 2,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, 7, 91.9 passer rating. That's not bad, right? So, you know, he definitely has room to improve. I agree. Balga says, I'm excited to see Evans and Cooper. To be honest, I'd rather start Woods at flex. I have Henderson. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong. Like, there's a lot of uncertainty with Teddy. So again, I think we need to look at the game time decision tomorrow, but I 100% agree with you. Steven Drakes, welcome, man. Would you sit Cup and flex James Robinson for PPR? I have Juju, Ridley, Jefferson, okay, Balaj, and Gurley. I like James Robinson this week. We've been talking about him a lot over the last few days. People are worried because of the matchup. I think he punches in at least a touchdown with, like, you know, 18 to 20 rushes to get you that, like, you know, solid 10 to 14 points. And this is against a really, really good Steelers defense. Cup, I don't think you could go wrong with, but they're playing Tampa Bay. And like, if we, like, let's just look at Cup, right? Like, let's just look at this purely from a points perspective. Cup has been doing well, right? Like, I mean, this number is so crazy to me. So his volume is there. You know, average between, like, let's say average is 7 to 8 per game. But he has his lows, right? But if we look at James Robinson, obviously he hasn't played, like, I mean, Robinson has played some tough defenses, right? But his low is, like, I think, like, close to 10 points. 7.5, 9.5. So to me, James Robinson is still the safer play. Because with Cup, you know, it's obvious, and just with receivers in general, it's very easy for, like, a good player to get, like, no points or, like, 1 or 2 points, right? I'm not saying that's what Cup is going to do. My gut feeling is still that I do kind of like Robinson tomorrow. Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Cup versus James Robinson here? At least he doesn't throw 2 picks a game like last year. Yep. Jacob says they will probably stick with Kirk, but I hope they don't, because Kirk keeps on throwing interception, doesn't throw deep off it. So Jacob, Kirk needs to be better under the pressure. Yeah, for sure. So what do you guys do then? Do you guys sign a different quarterback, or do you guys just, like, go and, like, draft a new quarterback? Because, like, you have a lot of pieces, right? Not a complete team, but you have pieces. And Dalvin Cook isn't getting any younger. He's still he's like slightly injury prone. So, yeah, what do you guys do? You pick somebody up like a Dak, or do you just draft somebody? Brick says, I really don't like Kirk. He's in my group of worst quarterbacks with Jimmy G on ones. That's funny. I wonder why Jimmy G is in there, huh? Bogus says, Bucksy might get exposed like what Nola was able to do. McVay's got a lot of, oh, for sure. I mean, it's always a possibility, right? But we're just, you know, for the main part, we have to look at stats, players, and how they do. That's the biggest thing. Let's see. Trying to finalize my 2 wide receiver slot and flex slot. What are my best options between Woods, T. Higgins, Chark, Antonio Gibson? I kind of lean T. Higgins and Gibson here, man. I think I lean those 2. Burke, Ouchman, I think they're first quarterbacks of the 3 you mentioned. Higgins, Chark, Gibson. Yeah, he's not in that tier. Burke Shorty, what's up, girl? Glad you made it. Listen, man, it's not Burke's fault. I was taking up all of his attention and time, but I promise you can have him soon. I don't think you can bitch J-Rob for Cup. I agree. Cup is very inconsistent. They are my worst QBs in the NFL, but just guys I hate. They'll probably draft another K. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance. All right, Steven says, okay, last question. So if I sit Cup, would you rather play Hunt or Robinson? Ooh, the tough questions, huh? Between Hunt and James Robinson, I almost want to say I still like James Robinson a little bit more. Hunt's probably going to be a little bit more surefire of a floor. I mean, let's look at this, right? He did well last week, obviously, right? They're playing Philly. I think last week I didn't actually watch the game, but they leaned on the run game a lot, right? The only reason, like, I think they're very similar. You know, I don't think you can go wrong with either. I just slightly lean James Robinson because he's like the only back on that team. Kareem Hunt we like to play because he still produces, even though he's like the RB1B, but he's like not the number 1 guy technically. Let's see what people say. Bricks Shorty says, Hunt, I think I'm so tentative about Steelers matchup against, and that's very much fair, right? And that's why I think Hunt is like a lot safer of a back. So like, if you have reservations about Robinson against the Steelers D, please go with, you know, Hunt. it is a risk playing James Robinson this week, and I 100% agree with it. Like I'm gonna keep on saying, you know, I like the volume there, but Hunt should be able to get you double digits. Claudia says yes, Jeffrey. Oh, if Teddy Bridgewater doesn't play, would Mike Davis have less upside? Not necessarily, honestly, right? I think PJ Walker still moves the ball and uses him. I just haven't honestly been impressed with Mike Davis that much. You know, he's sort of like low flex tier for me right now. Even though he was really well when he first started going. Full PPR, Hunt gets more receptions than Rob, right? I don't know. So it looks like, you know, look at Hunt. He gets 2 receptions a game. Robinson gets, let's see. It's pretty similar. Like the average is probably pretty similar. Claudio says he'd go Robinson. Okay. And so Jeffrey, welcome back. I don't know if you were gone or just kind of like listening. So okay, so we got mixed feelings in the chat, yeah. Stuart says, I know it sounds blasphemous, but after a crap game last week, full PPR AJ Brown versus Baltimore for swinging the fences versus Monday night. Antonio Brown with Tom Brady making look a point finding him. Yeah, hey, Stuart, no, I agree. I have AJ Brown sit this week. Trust me, I got a lot of backlash on Reddit. And when people ask me about it, people are not happy when I say bench AJ Brown. Listen, there's a good chance I'm going to be wrong, but my gut feeling is I don't love AJ Brown this week. I really, really don't. If you're going between AJ Brown and Antonio Brown, maybe. But yeah, it depends on who else you have available, I guess, at this point. Burke Shirley, you know what, Daniel? You convinced me. I'm going to tell Burke to play J-Rob over Higgins. You're okay. So, I mean, J-Rob over Higgins, like, I think I liked Higgins, right? I think, did I say Higgins before? I feel like I said Higgins before. It's so hard for me to drop Higgins, right? Higgins is still going to be good. Like, he has a really high floor. I know you and I were talking about being more explosive. I mean, maybe Higgins is the better play here, Burke. That's a really, really tough one. That's a really, really tough one. It's hard for me to bench T. Higgins right now. I think, you know, J-Rob went off against the Chargers in Miami. Like, went off. Otherwise, he's been, like, pretty, like, mid-teens. I don't expect him to go off. That's the only thing. Stuart says, I hear you call you, but he's in there right now. That's 3 points last week. That's got me a little bit better, yeah. Go Bernard over Hunt? Okay, yeah, maybe. I think Bernard is a good play this week. Katuga, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight, my friend? Balka says, QB talk very quick. Do we think Carr can put up similar numbers to when they played the Chiefs? I think he can. I don't know if he will. He's not been looking very good recently, but he's definitely, you know, one of those like high risk, high reward plays this week, I would say for sure. He's got the weapons back. It just really depends on how much they lean on the ground game, right? I expect it to be somewhat of a shootout, so I think it's going to be a little bit more passing than last week. So I don't expect him to, you know, kind of flop like he did last week. So I think he definitely has potential there, man. Claudio doesn't think so. What about Cousins against a stupid bad Dallas D? The thing is, if their D might be so bad that they might run the ball more. I think Kirk has a good matchup, and like we don't want to overthink it, but that's just something to consider. Is like, what if they just run the ball down their throats a lot more? Berg says this is such a difficult decision. I'm back on Higgins now. Like I'm listening. I know, I understand. Like, dude, it's tough. I mean, let's look at Higgins again. I mean, maybe just go Higgins, dude. Like, he's been so safe. He's been so safe. And he's been putting up some big numbers. Maybe go Higgins here. Maybe. Higgins has more upside, Claudio thinks. Yeah, J-Rob more guaranteed touches. Yeah, exactly. And that's just the nature of like a you know, a bell cow. Jacob said, gotta go to sleep. See ya. Hey, Jacob, thank you for coming by today. Both streams, actually. Have a great night, dude, and good luck tomorrow. Let me know how your team goes. Brick says, I got Higgins in. It's not messing with it anymore. Yeah. Just, yeah, don't stress out too much about it. Like, Higgins, you gotta start him, right? It's funny because at the end of the day, when you look at it, if, like, J-Rob or Higgins scores a lot, it's gonna be because you probably should have benched like a more like a not as obvious starter. So that's just how fantasy is. I get, like, you know, I can see both of them playing really well and maybe outscoring one of your other starters, but go with your studs, go with the matchups, go with, you know, it's playoffs for you, right? You got to get those points. Burke, hey, no problem, Burke. We were talking to your shorty. Luckily, you know, everyone knows the bro rule here. We weren't trying to, no one was making a pass at her, so we got you. Stewart says, Minnesota is down. A starting guard could hurt the run game. And my Dallas defense, especially the D line, have been improving. Look at Pittsburgh game and shut down Connor. Yeah, no, Cook, but Jay, yeah, for sure. So maybe that means they'll be able to pass more, which will mean Kirk will have a little bit more value. Thielen and Jefferson will have a little bit more value. Yeah, it is, right? And that's the thing is, right? Like, because we talked about it. We said Kirk on paper has a really good matchup, but fantasy is so messed up that sometimes what's on the matchup doesn't actually, like, show. And, like, Kirk had an okay game, right? Not as good as we would like, but it was, like, still okay. Like, it wasn't a dud. Depending on what you play, he probably got you, like, around, what, 9, 8, 10 points, which is, like, kind of okay for, like, a wide receiver 2, like, flex kind of player, right? So it's not the worst thing. Stewart says, Vikings promoted a rookie at guard and then cut a starter, and then the rookie got hurt, and then Dudeko was already picked up. That's funny. Claudio says, Dallas Diesel sucks, to be honest, on the line. Versus 7 points is still fine from him. Anyways, it's what I needed, not what I hoped for. Exactly. I mean, it's better than like 1 or 2. Ty says, already I'm going to put Gibson in my flex. First wide receiver slot will be for Higgins. Trying to decide between Chark or Woods in my second. So Woods is going against Tampa Bay, right? And Chark is going against the Steelers. Let me look at these guys really quickly. I don't own either. Woods, how has he been doing? Woods has been a little inconsistent, huh? He's getting the targets, but it's not always turning into... Okay. And then we have Chark. Kind of same thing, huh? And they honestly, this looks very, very similar to me, right? Both boom bust potential, playing against good defenses. I wonder if I feel like I lean Woods slightly more due to the fact that he's on a better team and has a better quarterback. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. He's still getting the targets there, which is good. Okay, so what's chat saying? So Claudio thinks Chark. Burke says wasn't a big matchup. Luke says Chark. Reynolds is emerging and stealing a lot of looks, that's for sure. Carlton Davis is underrated. Yep, I agree. Garbage time could be very appealing for Chark. That's true, chat. I mean, that's a very fair point. If Ludden, I keep on forgetting how to say his name, but if Jake keeps on, you know, pushing it his way, he could have a lot of garbage production. Stewart says Gallimore's been beast. He just struck Pouncey last week. D-line is strong with D-Law. Nice. Okay. Sam, what's up, man? Hey, Sam, it's funny. There's another dude that came in earlier that had the Morales last name, and I didn't know if you guys were related. I mean, I figured you guys weren't, but just thought that was kind of funny. We thought about you, man. The improvements over the last 2 weeks, especially in the lineup, is Stuart. Okay, I believe it. Every week is a must-win. Amen. Duke, how do you feel about Duke? I'm not a huge Duke fan, dude. I just as a player, to me, he's had a lot of opportunities to prove himself to be like a running back one. Like, I didn't watch the game, but it doesn't seem like he made a lot out of his touches. New England has a pretty okay defense, right? I'm a little bit worried about Duke this week. That's me. Maybe a faraway relative, right? Maybe. I think, was this Sergio or someone? I forgot who it was, but it's someone Morales. But yo, Sam, I was gonna say, man, what's good? Can you hook up us up with that family and discount on that new Spider-Man game if you get the joke? Sam says start or sit Damian Harris in my flex now that Mitchell. So is he for sure back, or like what's the deal? Because like I haven't heard whether or not he's I know he's off IR, right? But is he actually like back and playing tomorrow? Because if he is, I am actually a little bit worried about Damian Harris. To me it's gonna be committing. I'm a little bit worried about Damian Harris here, man. Depends on if Steelers want to keep the game gluten free. That's a pretty good one. That's actually a really good one. I might have to steal that in a clickbait video, man. And so chat, I guess, what do you guys think? To me, I think the Patriots backfield becomes a running back by committee. To me, it feels like Damian Harris's production potentially goes down a little bit here. I think his value goes down. We don't know who the lead back is. Bill Belichick always has shenanigans with that backfield. Cam Newton's still going to be their goal line back, so. Start Coach C against Packers. So that's the one I'm a little torn on right now. If you were to sit them once this season, this is the game to do it, right? But there is a very, very good chance that they might actually do well against the Packers. The Packers didn't look very good against Jacksonville last week, right? And I don't think that it's not gonna be transitive property, right? Where it's just like, well, if they don't look good against Jacksonville, then they're not gonna look good against the Colts, right? But that's at least promising that I mean, look at what Jacksonville did. I mean, we saw the game too, right? But Jacksonville still put up 10 on them, so that's something to consider. Claudia Stewart says it was crappy weather game for Duke last week. At the very least, volume, all touches is there, and pass catchers and running. Yeah, depends on who you got. You know, he's still a starting running back. So if you need to start him. I personally am just not a huge fan of him, but you know, we can see how the game goes tomorrow. But you know, RB1 is always, especially if no one else is vulturing touches from him, it's always worth a look at and consideration. Harris is way better than Mitchell. Yeah, I think so. He looks good. Damian Harris is a very productive but sexy Rexy always shimmies his way into the work, and Mitchell will probably even take more away. Exactly. That's my only concern. I would not start them. Standard, I like Harris PPR. He's a bench depth until desperate. Yeah. Very talented for Harris. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, this league with Harris is standard. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Big T, I like JD McKissick a little bit more because he's getting like double-digit looks from Alex Smith in the backfield. And they're playing a Cincinnati defense that's like not really too tough, at least from what I know. They're not the worst defense, but like that's not something I'm too worried about. It's harder to like guard check down guys, you know, so yeah. Let's see. What am I looking for? I was looking for a comment. JD McKissick or Ahmed? Maybe Ahmed here, Sam. Starting runner. He should be the starting running back. Have a good matchup against Denver. Actually, PPR. That's a tough. I think they're pretty equal. McKissick is gonna make it up for with like the 7 to 10 receptions he's gonna get. The recovery 716. Thank you so much for the sub, my friend. Welcome to the community. Yeah, we might have to go McKissick here. I mean, I like Ahmed too. Small chance he gets some touches taken away from Breida, but McKissick, we know what he's like, so maybe we go there. Ty says, off topic, would you want your Cavs to keep Drummond for a few more years or better off drafting for some... We're still a long time away from a build, right? I don't know that I don't know if Drummond's like age and timeline really matches with our rebuild timeline. You know, if something happens and we can use him for a playoff run in like the next 2-3 years, maybe, but I wonder if we trade him for more assets, honestly. Expiring, we got a few expiring contracts, you know, Kevin Love may be gone as well. We never know. Claudio says Ahmed, McKissick has no goal line upside. I mean, that's true. The receptions are so tasty, you know? Worried because Breida's back, and I think that's a fair worry, right? We've only seen Ahmed for one game. It's only one game. I'm high on him. I think he gets a lot of touches, but yeah, Breida's back. We don't know what's gonna happen. Safest option here, Sam, is probably McKissick. Big T says Michael Thomas, T. Higgins, Brandon Cooks, A. Brown, and Darren Waller, McLaurin, start 3. I like McLaurin, I like Brandon Cooks, and I like T. Higgins here, Big T. Claudio says McLaurin, Thomas, Higgins. I'm not huge on Thomas here. Frank says Ahmed could pop off, but low floor, McKissick's high floor. Exactly. Frank says Thomas, Higgins, McLaurin. Okay, so you guys are all pretty high on Thomas, huh? I'm a little worried. I don't know if I would risk starting Thomas tomorrow. Did McKissick score a goal line carry last week? I didn't watch the game, but yeah, that could be it. 10-yard run. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I guess why are you guys? Yeah, Burke and Claudio. I don't know if you want to explain. Why are you guys so high on Michael Thomas? Big T, I'm with you there. I'm a little bit worried about. I am a little bit worried about Michael Thomas tomorrow. That's happening. Okay, Cooks over Thomas. Yeah, I like Cooks. I mean, Cooks has been able to give us that production, right? So I think it's great. Yeah. He's better than he is, right? But we haven't seen the production there, you know. And we have a new QB. That's my tough thing. Eddie Roach, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. So you're talking, let's see, Jonnu or Jared Cook. I lean Jonnu a little bit. I even though I don't like either. Let's see. So Jonnu's playing the Ravens, right? And Jared Cook is playing the Falcons. My only worry about the Saints players outside of Kamara is how are they going to be used, right? I actually maybe don't mind Jared Cook that much. I have them pretty equal. I don't really love Jonnu because he hasn't been getting the targets, but he has been scoring the last couple of weeks. I really don't know how Taysom Hill or even, you know, Crab Legs is going to come in and use Jared Cook. That's my only concern. We might be able to make a safe bet and say maybe Taysom Hill does use Jared Cook a lot and maybe he'll be better. I'm not a big fan of Jonnu's. I mean, he's been getting the red zone target, so I think it's honestly a coin flip here, Eddie. Which one are you leading, Eddie, right now? Stewart, but he has a tight end starting at quarterback. Claudio, yeah, exactly. I'm expecting 7 catches for 80 yards from now. Oh, book it. Let's see. We should make some predictions and see how we do. Sam, does Goddard finally go off? I think this is the week. Let's do it. A TD for MT? Maybe. McKissick's for the 2-yard carry. Nice. Yeah, so it looks like he gets some line, so that's nice. That's good. Not bad at all. Yeah, I mean, McKissick has a pretty high floor now. And I think it's gonna hold steady, again, all because of Alex Smith, right? He is the ultimate checkdown king, and he targets McKissick way too much, which is fine. So Sam says start or sit Mike Evans. Who are your other options, Sam? Yeah, good question there. Eddie wrote leaning Cook, thinking Hill will need to quick. I think that's good, right? And Eddie, we're on the same thought there. There's definitely a big question mark. I just really don't like Joe News use, like his, I don't know what happened, but his targets and volume has gone down a lot, right? So actually last week his targets went up a lot, but otherwise it's like, the less other games it's like averaging 3, 2. It's not great, and it's been salvaged by a touchdown, so if you think the touchdown will continue, go with him. But if you want to maybe, Jared Cook, I don't know if he's any safer, but I think he definitely could be an okay play tomorrow with Taysom at quarterback, right? Because that's the thing you need to worry about here. His volume hasn't been great. A little bit more than Joe New, maybe. About the same. But his floor is pretty low here. That's my only worry. Do you have any other tight ends that you can pick up, honestly? I'm not big on Tennessee offensive players besides Henry this week. Big T, full PPR, Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, DJ Chark, CeeDee Lamb, Antonio Brown, star 2. Last question. I know, no problem. I mean, all the questions you meant, I would go Deontay Johnson and maybe DJ Chark or Amari Cooper here, I think. Sam says Rieger, Chark, or Crowder. Okay. Ugh. I like Mike Evans over Rieger or Crowder, I think, man. I think so. Just based on the type of receiver he is. Stewart said Cook says Watson at QB and it's a revenge game. Belichick spelling take away from the top weapon of Fuller so Cook could have a good day. I love MP, but yikes, Picks and Bill. Yeah, that's the thing, right? And maybe, the revenge game narrative is definitely there. Crowder could blow off his tough. Antonio. Yeah, Big T. I think Deontay Johnson has a really good matchup this week. I definitely would start him. Berg says Chark or Evans. That's a tough one, right? I think Evans. I kind of like Evans because he got, I think, he's been getting 6 targets a game recently. Berg, I know, right? 20 at 220. I'm honestly probably gonna call it soonish because we're already live for over 2 hours. But yeah, this is kind of crazy, guys. 20 people at this late, and it's 5:30 in the morning on East Coast for anyone who's East Coast. But yeah. Eddie says no tight ends left. I mean, Eddie, do you have a Logan Thomas or a Dalton Schultz? I mean, go with either. I think you flip a coin. If you feel good about Jared Cook and the fact that Taysom is going to lean on him for dumps, go for him, honestly. I really think these guys, the chances in their matchup, it's very, very similar. So it's really a coin flip. Go Jared Cook if you like him a little bit more. Miles, I am tired, trust me. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, so that's why I think I'm probably going to call it soonish, but you guys definitely keep me energized and keep me going, and this is really fun for me, so I appreciate it. I really like it. Stuart says 4:20 here. Hey, go to sleep soon, man. Mason, I need 2. Jefferson, Myers, Jones Jr. I like Myers a lot. Do we go Jefferson or Jones Jr.? Let me look here. So Stafford should be playing, right? Where is it? Where did that message go? Mason, I would say Jefferson. My opinion is Jefferson and Myers here. Jefferson has a great matchup against Dallas, And Myers should, I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't continue to just be hot. Every week I haven't started, he goes, yo, Big T, let us know if you start him this week, then we know if we should tell other people to start him or not, right? Brick says, I'm asking for Sam. He asked if he should start Evans, but he's got Chark too. Yeah, I think I like Evans a little bit more here. Both are taking Eddie. Okay, yeah, just go with Jared. If you like him, let's just go with him, you know. You know, part of it is also your gut feeling, so I don't think you can go wrong if you want to choose Jared Cook over Jonu. Stewart says Jefferson versus my Dallas terrible defense. Myers said, okay, yeah, I like that. Jefferson has a great matchup. Myers over MJJ because the entire line is exactly. I don't think Miles. I don't know that Fant's out. I think we were discussing it earlier. It sounds like Drew Lock and Fant are going to be playing tomorrow. Honestly, I don't think I can trust Kyle Rudolph. That guy, like, he should be good, but he just doesn't have the production, and I think his time is kind of over. Keep an eye out tomorrow morning, Miles. So I feel like Fant's going to play. Yeah, he is. So I think we'll need to look at it tomorrow, but I think we read a report. Let's look. I think we were thinking that he might actually go. A lot of everyone missing practice on Wednesday, but after getting limited section, he had a full practice on 5. So full practice is really good. So he's expected to go Sunday against the Dolphins. So unless something else happens tomorrow morning, Miles, I think he plays. Stewart says no worse feeling than not trusting your gut, getting too cute or overthinking you lose. Exactly. You would have won, but trust you. Exactly. 100% agree with that statement. And guys, I'm just another random dude on here trying to dissect fantasy stuff. So I'd much rather you go with your gut and be wrong than listen to me and be wrong. So go with your gut 100%. That's well said, Stuart. Mason, my Vikings bias is making me start Jefferson, so I'm torn between Myers and MJJ. Myers gets a lot of targets, it's a great matchup, but MJJ is the only weapon besides Hawkinson for receiving. For sure, right? I'm fairly confident I will win, project you win by 25, so I can't go wrong. Yeah, I just still think, Myers has a lot of upside. I don't think we've seen the end of him, the last of him. Just keep on using him, right? He's a primary target on the Patriots too. And they got fancy with him as a quarterback this week, so yeah. I think you go Myers here. You can just play nobody and get as many points if you can rely on Rudolph. Yeah, there you go. Guess me if you have to. Yep, exactly. That's true. That's strategy, Burke. Mason says last week I benched Jefferson and lost by 0.2. Oh, that's sad. That's a big F in the chat, dude. That's rough, but hey, it happens, Mom says I was gonna get Rudolph if the other Viking tight end's out here. Irv Smith. Yeah. Maybe I guess I don't know how much they use the tight end, so wasn't Irv Smith out last week, I thought? Let's see, I don't remember if he was actually out or not. So maybe. Stewart says, besides the stat, if you watch the games, Jacoby Myers looks legit and the connection with Cam is real. Yeah, for sure. They look really good and he gets a lot of targets. Mason says, I just don't like how the Patriots run so much. And then, so yeah, that's true. It is true, right? But let's look at Myers here. I definitely didn't think anyone was going to be relevant, right? But then Jacoby Myers came out of nowhere. Look at these targets, 10, 14, 7, right? And he's just he's playing very well. Last week he threw for a touchdown. And the Texans don't have a good defense. It's going to be a very exploitable defense. So I really do think you're going to have a good time. On paper, you should have a good time with Myers against Houston tomorrow. That's what I think. Richard, my man, welcome back. We're doing well tonight, man. How are you doing? Daniel, show the top 3 wide receivers for the Pats. Yeah, so here, we'll look at this. So we go to scores. we can look at the breakdown, right? So if we go to week 10, so look, so against Ravens, you know, obviously it was also like a very rain-heavy game, right? If we look at the stats here, let's see how the breakdown was. So for Patriots, I'll zoom in a little bit. So for the Patriots, look at that, 1-for-1 for a touchdown, but like breakdown, Jacoby Myers is top with 7. The next highest is 5 targets with Rex Burkhead. And there's like no, like, Ryan Izzo is a tight end. I don't know what Jacob Johnson is, and James White is a running back, right? So there's no one there. Let's go to week 9. If we go to week 9, who did the Patriots play? The Patriots played the Jets, right? Also close game, super close game. If we look here, Jacoby Myers had 14 targets, Damian Bird had 9, and then otherwise it's like running back, whoever this guy is, and whoever this guy is, right? And those are lows. So like, okay, Jacob Johnson's a fullback. Gunner is a wide receiver, right? So like, the difference, it's almost as if Jacoby Myers is literally the only wide receiver on that team. But Myers isn't TD dependent in my L with the amount of targets he gets. I think MJ gets bailed. I agree with that. Yeah, that's also kind of true. Richard, how confident should I be with Hines? I think he's a good play. A lot of it's going to depend on who the hot hand is. So there's always like a risk, but I think he at least has somewhat of a floor if he doesn't like have the hot hand tomorrow. But hey, I think it's a sort of like a mediocre risk, high reward play, in my opinion. The recovery says, yeah, Burke says that's my point. Myers has no competition and he's playing well, exactly. Recovery 716. Yeah, you just subbed, man. Hey, Daniel, new to the channel, man. I hit the subscribe button. My lineup this week is Burrow, Chubb, J-Rob, Keenan Allen, Jacoby Myers, Ebron, and Zeke. Would you start Balaj over Zeke? Based off of just a matchup, I really like Balaj's matchup, right? Balaj is playing the Jets. He's like the main guy with like Josh Kelly probably taking some touches away, but he's still gonna be the main guy. Zeke is a better back, right? And he's playing a worse defense. What would I recommend here? I kind of think we should go Kalen Balaj here. I kind of think we should do that. I wonder if the Vikings, because the Vikings have an okay, am I right in saying the Vikings have an okay D-line? Because I wonder if they'll stack the box against Zeke and make them pass the ball. I might lean Kalen Balaj here, my friend. Can only have eyes for Jacoby. Killer Facts, what's up, man? How are you doing? I am from California. Where are you from? When they played the Jets, Jacoby Myers had a big TD that was barely overthrown. Could have been a huge, yeah, right? Yeah. So I think I praise Zeke chairs up my Vikings defense. That's funny. I'd be comfortable benching Zeke with a solid. Yeah, I think Balaj is a solid option. Hey man, if you don't like the video, that's all good, you know. YouTube is it's a free platform. If you don't like it, feel free to give the dislike. That's all good. Let me if you want to let me know why you don't like it, and let me know where I can improve. You know, I'd be more than happy to try and figure out a way to turn that dislike into a like. Wait, the Vikings haven't let up a rushing TD since week. Is that true? That's crazy. Shadow from San Francisco, hey. What's up, man? Or to recover, that's awesome. We have a decent amount of 49ers fans here. Yeah, welcome. How's NorCal these days? Is it cold yet? Killer Facts, I'm just joking. I will remove this so it's like I appreciate it, man. It's all in good fun. Hope you're having a good night though. Hope you're having a good night. Burke says the recovery, you will have a good time here. There's a bunch of Niners fans. There really are. Stewart says Minnesota defense ain't all that, and you can't bench Zeke off of a bye. Our O-line a little healthier, and the team has been playing more competitive. And Zeke, yeah, I think they're both good plays, right? I agree. I don't think the Vikings defense is too tough. I think Balash has a great play. I have them ranked pretty close to each other. Yeah, I mean, it could go either way, right? To me, I just think the Chargers are they have a little bit more dimension to their offense with the ability to be able to pass, and honestly, Justin Herbert is a huge threat, right? So Balash probably has less of an issue getting stuffed than Zeke. At least if I was a defensive coordinator, if I was playing the Cowboys, I feel like I'd stack the box a little bit more. But against the Chargers, I'd actually probably like play coverage a little bit more. San Francisco is a great city. It's a great city. I love visiting. Mason says Donner should help Zeke a little bit. I think so. Jeffrey says I gave an upvote. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. No more Garrett Gilbert, right? Yeah, that'd be great. Who is Garrett Gilbert? So many often QBs are played this season. I wonder if there are any okay free agency. I mean, it's sad, right? I don't think. Sorry about that. I don't think Kaepernick's ever gonna come back. I know he got a tryout, but I would have loved to see Kaepernick come back. Eddie says Raiders are the upset special this week. I can see it. They upset them last time. I would love to see it. I think it'd be fun to see the Raiders beat the Chiefs out for that division. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think that'd be kind of fun. It'd be good. All right, we'll let the questions flow for the next 5 minutes. Definitely getting a little tired, so we'll probably end soon. But yeah, let's keep it going for like another 5-10 minutes. See if there's any more questions. If not, then everyone needs to get some sleep. Saturday football starts soon, or Sunday football. Recovery says I'm itching to start Balash over Zeke. I don't know if I can do it, man. I need to win. Are there any Vikings fans here? Are you guys good against the run? Yeah, we do, Alvin. We have some Vikings fans in here, so yeah, feel free to I don't think it's a bad play. Okay. Mason is a Vikings fan, so yeah, ask him. Do you think Stafford will be 100% if he plays? My next option will be Kirk. He should be. He's honestly kind of a warrior when it comes to injuries, right? He has a torn ligament, but he should still be playing, so I think he goes out. He's really an Iron Man. I just don't love Stafford from fantasy perspective. He's just very average, like. Let's look at this. 17th ranked quarterback, right? Okay, so he's had 3 good games. He's actually not done that bad. He's had 1 really bad, like 2 bad games. Otherwise, they've been decent. I think he should be healthy, but that's tough. I mean, he is a very he will go out no matter what, right? But a torn ligament sounds kind of painful. Burke says Mahomes said he really doesn't want to lose the Raiders again and again. Would he ever want? Yeah, exactly right. I mean, you're exactly right. Like, when would you say that? Do you really prefer Stafford over? Yeah, that's a really tough one. Kirk's matchup is so much better, right? I just don't know. I'm a little bit worried about how the game script is going to be, right? And maybe we're overthinking it, right? So maybe we go Stafford here. If Stafford is 100% healthy, maybe we go Stafford because maybe the Vikings just run the ball a lot more. Mason says he's the best I've got in a 14th man league. QBs are hard to come by. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? He could very well do well this weekend, and honestly, he's out of 9 weeks. He's done pretty okay for 7 of those weeks, so the odds are with you. Stewart says Garrett Gilbert is a journeyman, played at TX and SMU without Dak. All our quarterbacks have been hard to watch, and Gilbert did okay versus Pittsburgh. Hopefully Donnie can be a decent bus driver. He really should be, right? Sam, Colts C or Vikings C? I mean, to me, I kind of lean Colts C a little bit. I know that's a very unpopular opinion, right? And everyone's probably gonna say no. Stuart, what do you think? Stuart, do you think that Dallas is going to be able to put up more than 10 points tomorrow? Because I know that's sort of their average, right? Since Dak is gone. But yeah, Stuart, what do you think about Dallas against the Vikings tomorrow? I can't wait to get Dak back. Yeah, I agree. Colts are at risk, but I'm sticking with them. Vikings might be a good pivot though. Vikings have Vikings might be safer, right? The Colts right now, the variance is very high. That's honestly my biggest concern is the variance with the Colts and how that's gonna look. So, you know, if you don't want to take the risk, maybe just start the Vikings seed because again, they're playing the Cowboys. The Cowboys' points per games are not very good. Yeah. Recovery, are you going live tomorrow after the game? Potentially. I mean, if you guys think it'll be helpful, let me know. We could always do it. Maybe we'll do a short one, right? I usually don't stream on Sunday nights, but I guess let me know in the chat if you guys like think a recap will be helpful. Otherwise, my next time I'll stream is probably like Monday or Tuesday night, or Tuesday for sure. We stream twice. I guess I never really thought about streaming out on a Sunday night. But I guess let me know your thoughts. I'd be happy to do a short one if you guys want to just do a quick recap and kind of go over a lot of these hard questions that we're talking about now and like kind of dissect what went right, what went wrong. You know, I think that'd be interesting to go over. Mason says they will definitely put up 10 plus. Okay, our defense falls apart. Okay. Plus, haven't had a bad game yet before. I agree. It really depends on if our corners show up. Yep, I'd be here. Oh, hell yeah, Brick. Love it. Love it. And I appreciate you more than anything, dude. For sure, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, okay. We're nearing that 2.5 hour mark in 3 minutes, so we'll keep things open for another 3 minutes. But yeah, guys, we should all get some sleep now, you know? Stuart says, I'm not delusional. We stink, but the defense has been playing better. We had a bye the week. O-line's doing better. Minnesota defense sucks. Dallas at 17-20. Minnesota, okay. Well, let's see what the Vegas odds are, right? Vegas... it's Dallas, Minnesota. Right, so the Vikings have the odds. Over under. Oh, it's actually 47, yeah. So probably has to do with the Vikings defense a little bit. So I mean, I guess I don't know if I would. I mean, Vikings on paper should be good, but I guess I don't know enough about the Vikings defense to be super comfortable. I know, right? Yeah, I know, Breck. Yeah, we all gotta go to sleep. I'm doing this for you guys. It's not even for me. It's for you guys. Y'all need to get some sleep. Man, I miss we had a. I know, right? Yeah, the Vikings. It's interesting to see how a lot of these like teams just kind of shift over just a few years, right? Because in my mind, honestly, the Vikings still have, they like, from what I remember and my like interpretation of it, is like the Vikings actually still have a good defense, but obviously things have changed this year. I know, yeah, that's what the other 49ers fans say too. But honestly, you guys, like, you couldn't pay, you know, all the guys you wanted to. You got a first round pick out of it. You got what's his face? You got Kinlaw, right? He should be good for you guys. Obviously, you know, we can't say that he's gonna be as good as Buckner, but I thought it was sort of a win-win trade because of your salary cap, you know. Minnesota will get turnovers off of us, most likely. Okay, yeah. Mason, what was that awful kicker's name? The one that choked. Oh, the Hawks, and then came to the Hawks. Vikings have put up 30 a week besides the Bears game, and our defense has gotten a little better since the start, but it's not really good anymore. Having Pierce and Daniel, oh yeah. Blair Walsh, that's what it was. That's what it was. You're not wrong. 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 Complete garbage. I can get, yo, Burke is gonna be our QB and our kicker of the week next week. He's actually a good kicker. Yeah, I think he just choked a few times, right? That was like really the biggest thing with him. Fabian, welcome. David Johnson, Godwin, or Cooks? I like Cooks a little bit. I like Cooks the most based off of his matchup here. Fabian Arnold, are you talking about Deontay Johnson or Duke Johnson here? Just choked, yep. The recovery, good night, y'all. Get some sleep before the game. Gives you anxiety tomorrow. I know, right? Yo, thank you for coming by and subbing Recovery. We'll see you soon, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's see what... Sorry, I'm just checking a few things here. They just choked against the Hawks, but then lost the Hawks multiple games. Yeah, for sure. Fabian, I like Deontay here. He's my start of the week at wide receiver, so I really like him. My option here is Deontay for sure. Godwin has a tough matchup potentially against Ramsey. I don't mind Cooks' matchup at all, but I like Deontay Johnson's the most. You know, the only thing I guess against Cooks is whether who Stephon Gilmore's going to be covering. But I do like Deontay should have a really good matchup as long as he doesn't get injured in like the first quarter or two, you know? Mason, I think Stafford's fine. Make sure you check his status tomorrow morning. I think Stafford probably should be an okay play for you, honestly. After reviewing, I thought he was performing a lot worse than I thought he was this season. But I actually don't mind. I don't mind Stafford tomorrow because I don't think Carolina has like a defense that we need to really worry too much about. Fabian says I can't trust Cook yet. No, that's fine. I like Deontay Johnson a lot. As long as he's healthy, he should be a really good play. It's wild to have three good options from the same team. I know it really is. I wonder if you can honestly we should do a research on it to see if you can play all three guys at the same time for like most weeks. Okay, Mason, yeah, just honestly, I don't think one has a huge advantage over the other. If you have to drop someone for Kirk, just play Stafford, honestly. You know? Fabian, no problem, man. I don't know if you've been to the channel before, but if it's your first time, welcome. Welcome to our little community and welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. When they've all been playable, Connor, there you go. I guess that's the one downside, right? Agreed. First time I sub. Hey, thank you, man. Man, you guys are awesome today. We really did some work with the subs today. Thank you so much, Fabian. And you know, we hope to see you in future streams too. We stream a lot, so come on and just hang out whenever. But yeah, maybe we'll think about doing a stream tomorrow. I'll see if I have anything going on. I think I might be doing some stuff with family for dinner, but maybe we'll do a late night one and just do a little recap. I think that'll be fun. If Stafford's 100% out, well, I don't know who. I mean, you could drop Stafford for him. Like, do you feel really connected with Stafford that you need to keep him? Let's see. Eddie says, you think I'll have Breeze back for Week 14 playoffs? 11 stretches for a luck, whatever. Yeah, what is... What is... God, 11 ribs? So he's expected to miss 3 games. So that puts him at week 14, but the latest medical updates could seem to stay out longer. Mason says I can probably Gus. Oh yeah, you can drop Gus. I don't like the Ravens backfield, honestly. I think that's a little tough. Fabian says Bernard versus Hunt. I would probably go Hunt for a little bit safer of a floor. I think both are good plays, but Hunt might be a little bit safer because we've seen that he can produce, you know, with Chubb there too. I think the Browns lean heavily on their ground game, in my opinion. Hunt has fire 4, 100%. Hunt has a fire 4. Bernard has had 2 solid games, right? And like his bad games have come against good defenses, I'm pretty sure. Against Pitt, that's really it, right? So I don't think Zhou is a bad play at all. I actually think he plays really well when Mixon's not there. I don't think he could go wrong. I don't think Washington has a tough defense. Maybe, I mean, go Zhou maybe if you like him. He's only had 1 bad game, and that was against a really tough Pittsburgh defense here. Is Ruggs droppable in 14 man? I have Breida in my RER, and he's not injured anymore, so I have to drop 2. I don't know that Ruggs is really worth keeping, man. He doesn't get a lot of targets, and it seems like Raiders might be going a little bit run heavy. His targets haven't really gone past, like, I mean, he had 5 targets the first week, right? But he hasn't really gone through 4 targets. It's tough to me to trust him right now. It's really tough. Any news on Chris Carson? He should be back. I mean, he, obviously he wasn't back this week, right? But I feel like he should be back. Yeah, I feel like he should be back next week. That's unless further setbacks or something we haven't heard, which is very possible since like they're keeping injuries away from all of us. He should be back next week, in my opinion. Carson was running last weekend. Looks to be coming back. Can't wait to. He's my favorite player. Nice, yeah, he's a really good player. Joe can give you a dinker easier than a weak winner, but Hunt can actually perform better with Chubb with the 2 of them feeds off. Yeah, exactly. That's all really good. Woods or Cup full PPR? Oh, that's a tough one. They're both honestly. I don't know how the cornerbacks play. Between Woods and Cup, I feel Cup gets a little bit more targets, right? I'd almost lean Cup because of the target volume that he's been getting. Like having both is tough. I'm surprised you do both because I don't think you'll ever really play both, right? I wonder if you can try and trade one of them. Yeah, Burke, it makes things stressful for you. Get rid of one. I agree. Try and get rid of Woods if you can, I think. It seems like I don't really know who the true wide receiver 1 is, but it seems like Cup gets a lot of targets. Lee Shakur. Which 2 should I start? Welcome to the stream, by the way. James Robinson, Gio, and Nick Chubb. Yeah, definitely go Nick Chubb here. I agree with Burke. Chubb is gonna be your set and forget. As long as he's healthy. Dude's a workhorse. He's like, pretty much running back 1 status. And Robinson, I like that. Yeah, Mason, I stay away from teams that are true receiver 1, and that's fair, right? When you have teams that really spread the ball around, it's tough for them to be wide receiver relevant. Fantasy relevant. So, I argue with that. Plus, Samaje Perine has been taking it, especially from Gio the last few weeks. Bengals will not to do with Gio with who Gio is now without Mixon and Ira. They might want to look at. They could very much. He did take some touches away. I agree. Even though Robinson's facing the Steelers, he gets the volume, right? But if you had to, well, actually, let me think. Those 2 are just like the better backs, right? Those are the better backs. Nick Chubb, I would definitely start. Gio probably has a good matchup, but Robinson, just like the volume is there, and I like him better as a back. I understand he's playing a really tough Steelers defense, but I still really like Robinson. Robinson is still very, very criminally underrated. If you don't like the Steelers defense matchup, then by all means go Gio and Chubb. I don't think you can go wrong, right? I think between Gio and Robinson, who scores more, it's kind of a coin flip. So if you feel a lot more comfortable with Gio, I have no problems with you doing that. Brick says, yeah, we agree that we think his high volume alone should get him at least 1 goal line opportunity and plenty of yards. Yeah, Bernard for sure. I agree. Bernard is, yeah. I like Bernard. Like we just saw that, right? Bernard scores a lot of points. I'm not as worried about Samaje Perine. Like Bernard might not be scoring 18 plus a game, but I don't mind Bernard at all, honestly. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Robinson is the workhorse back. Berg, I'd rather bench Gio and have him score a bunch than bench Robinson and have him score. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think mentally also you it's harder when you bench your studs. Josh, what's up? In flex, would you start either Malcolm Brown or Nelson Aguilar? I would probably start Aguilar a little bit. I don't know how I feel about Brown. That backfield is a little messy right now, especially with what we saw last week, with how everything was split. Malcolm Brown is very touchdown dependent, right? Very much so, right? So I don't know if enough as I'm not an LA fan, so I don't know if he's gonna get a lot, but like I mean, he scored 3 times in the last, whatever game. He scored 5 times on the year, and 2 of those games are 2 DDs, right? So to me, he's a little bit tough to think about because he's very, very touchdown dependent, right? Aguilar might be okay. It might be okay. Lee makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, hey, thank you for coming by, man. Hope you can stick around the channel or come to a future stream. But yeah, thank you for your question. That's a great question. I'm bitching Rob Rock this week. Any other options? Yeah. Pharaoh, what's up? Thank you for the sub, man. How you doing, Pharaoh? How's your night going? Mason, I hate RB committees. Oh, for sure, right? But unfortunately, coaches, they try to do what's good for their team and not what we need. Pharaoh, I'm doing well, man, and thank you for the sub. Really appreciate it. How is your team looking tomorrow? Do you have any questions? We're ending the stream here pretty soon, so if you have any questions, feel free to throw it in. Impact Games, what's up? I lost by 0.7 last week. Oh no, what happened? Did you bench him, or like did you play against Trevor? What happened? Yeah, Pharaoh, just shoot it out. We're ending the stream, so yeah, take your time, but yeah, shoot your questions through, and let's see what we can do to help you. Oh, that 1 yard, that's what it was. That's what it was, yeah. Josh, I actually don't mind Pittman over Aguilar here. To me, I like Pittman a little bit more than Aguilar. Aguilar, his targets have gone, have been a little bit inconsistent, right? So I actually kind of like Pittman here. Impact, yeah, yeah, that was rough. That's really rough. But hey, at least he put up a lot of points for you, right? At least we have that, which is good. All right, so Pharaoh, let's look at it. My friend, Mason says my friend lost by 13. AJ Brown dropped like a third. Oh yeah, he did. That was bad. Pharaoh says, for wide receivers, Michael Thomas, Jefferson, Jacoby, which 2 should I start? Yeah, Pharaoh, so, that's rough. You lost by 0.02. So Pharaoh, out of those 3, I'm most comfortable with Justin Jefferson and Jacoby Myers. Myers has been playing very well. I expect him to continue to do that. They're playing a Houston defense that's not really that good. Jefferson, he has a good matchup against Dallas. The only concern is they keep on running it, but I'm just not really high on Michael Thomas this week because we don't know what he's going to look like with Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston, and we don't really know. I don't know, it's been tough, right? He can always blow up, but like he hasn't looked good with Drew Brees in the last 2 games. To me, he's just a bigger risk. Not saying that he's not going to have the most points, but to me, he just has like the biggest risk. And I don't know sort of where you're at with your record and like what you really need. But if Thomas puts up another sort of like stinker, that's not great, right? That's really not great. I guess to me, like Justin Jefferson's like floor seems like very similar to Thomas, and he just has like a way better matchup, and like we know what Justin Jefferson can do, right? We should know what Michael Thomas can do, but we don't know. Obviously, Thomas has like a really good oh, here we go. I need to show this. Thomas has a very good matchup against Atlanta here. One of the softest pass defenses, so I can see him going off. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's gonna bust again, but to me, just like the risk factor compared to the other 2 is a lot higher. So I don't know if it's a risk I'm willing to take, unless you're projected to be to win by a lot, or if you're already like sitting really pretty, like locked in playoffs, that you can risk it. That's my thought. Feels so weird to say bench Thomas, but it's a smarter move. Yep. At the same time, I'm so intrigued by this kid. Yeah, I guess Impact. What's your take? Do you think Michael Thomas goes off tomorrow, or do you think he has another quiet game? Kevin, what's up, man? Oh, it's you and Sam. Hey, you're the one here, right? So you're gonna get the advice. But that's awesome. You're projected at 210, my bros at 211. I'll let you know. Oh, for sure. It's the brother Talbo. I'm sure. You know, I'm very intrigued as to who wins and what the final lineup is. So you've got to share that with chat. But yo, thank you for stopping by so late. I appreciate that, man. Thomas has been brutal this year. So glad I got rid of him way early. Yep. Yes, Kevin. Very intense matchup. Very invested on both sides. Barrow, thank you so much. I'm scared to bench Michael Thomas, though, Lefla. Now I'm 5th, losing a playoff spot right now for RBs. Okay, yeah, I mean, I understand, right? It's Michael Thomas, but, like, look at him, right? If he continues to score like this for the next few weeks, would you really start him, you know? And again, like I said, there's a good chance he goes off because it's against Atlanta, and Taysom might just throw some jump balls to him, but he just has a highest risk relative. So we're looking at your running backs: Mike Davis, Kalen Ballage, CEH, Fournette, Jonathan Taylor, and Adrian Peterson. I think I like Kalen Ballage and either Mike Davis or CEH here. Jonathan Taylor still needs to figure his stuff out. Risky. Fournette, second string running back, risky. Adrian Peterson might very well be splitting carries with a carry-on unless we hear something different tomorrow. CEH, I hope he has a bounce back game. Mike Davis has a really good option too, right? Mike Davis probably a little bit safer than CH, but I really don't like what I've seen from Mike Davis. So to me, I would maybe go Kalen and Clyde, and I'm personally starting Clyde in one of my leagues. Mason says someone finessed a trade in the beginning of my league: Thomas and Will Fuller for Derrick Henry and DK. Wow. Derrick and DK, owner must be very, very happy. Yeah, well, about to get, Kevin says about to get some sleep, need to be up before, yeah, same here, right? I need to get some sleep too. We're gonna end the stream soon, but hey, Kevin, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it. Impact says, tough to say, Taysom likes to target him empty when he's passing, okay. Also, DeAndre Hopkins didn't do this well. Yeah, he didn't. That's the weird thing, right? He's one of the top wide receivers, but it doesn't always translate to fantasy. So unfortunately, that's what it is, and that's kind of like the pain of owning someone like that. Is like you're never gonna bench them, and they're not gonna produce for you consistently. Pharaoh, no, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I actually think you have an okay depth there. Break says add Pharaoh, bench Thomas. If he goes off on your bench, be happy now because you'll know he'll be exactly. That's exactly right. Impact says, I'm just saying if Empty doesn't go off this week, then I don't know if he ever will. They'll likely lean on Kamara more than usual. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, 100%. Impact, I 100% agree with that. Mason says, I'm glad I traded JT so I don't have to feel the pain of Hines and Wilkins taking. Yeah, exactly. Got Allen. That's not a bad trade. Allen Robinson gets fed a lot, even though I don't like that offense. He gets fed a lot, so you can't argue production, you know? Jeffrey says, Connor Murray is a blog. 100%. I agree. If MT had Breeze for sure, but it's Taysom Hill or Tim T / Team 2 at quarterback, I think MT scores, but the reception yards will be low. Very, very possible. All very possible. So yeah. But yeah, guys, I guess yeah, maybe we will do a quick stream tomorrow. I'll let you guys know when I'm back. If it's if we have an hour, even if it's a short one, maybe we'll just touch base and see how things are. But hey, guys, thank you so much. We for those of you new here or weren't here for the earlier stream, wait, hold on, let's see. I'm about to hit hey, yeah, same here, Berg. Lila, PPR, Zeke or Robinson. I like Robinson a little bit here. Mainly just because of the volume, man. Pharaoh, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, guys, check out the IG if you guys want. Feel free to follow. We put up notifications for when we go live and whatnot, so feel free to follow that. And otherwise, most of my communication will be here on YouTube. Impact says, heard about the latest medical. Yeah, dude has 11 rib fractures. Sounds like it might be more than 3 a week, so it's tough. It's really tough. Yeah, good night. Lila just sub, thank you so much. Hey guys, for anyone that's new here today, we hit 200 subs tonight, so that was a huge milestone that we were trying to it was a reach that we set earlier this week, and we hit it a day early, so that was great. We're gonna go for 300 next week. We'll see if it's possible or not, but hey, this is only possible because of all of you guys, so really appreciate it. I'm gonna pass out, finish this last drink to you guys. But yeah, good luck to everyone tomorrow. We may have a stream late night, so keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, we'll most likely talk on Tuesday. 6 a.m. in Boston, oh boy. Yeah, go to sleep, guys. Go to sleep. All right, thank you all so much. Have a good night. Good luck tomorrow, and we'll talk soon. Peace out.